And we're in. I think you managed to sneak that in, Tom. So, hi everybody! It is Sunday. It is Some Other Heroes Day. As you can see, I am surrounded by lovely faces, all here to play some space D&D.
Very seriously.
Very serious space D&D. Yeah, not. I don't think anybody believes that for a second. My name is Chris. I use the pronouns he, him. I am an illustrator, part-time designer, DM, and general all-round geek. And I have the absolute pleasure to be the storyteller and DM for this wonderful cast of chaotic people as we delve into Mage Hand Press's absolutely wonderful dark matter system. Using D&D 5e hack, which is wonderful. I'm going to let my cast introduce themselves because they're all wonderful, capable adults and can do a better job of it than I am.
Oh, you're funny.
Who told you that?
And I am going to start with Josh today.
Hello, I'm Josh. My pronouns are he, they. I'm playing Sowilo, the amoeboid gooey sorcerer. And fun fact about me, if I was married to an NFT, I would refer to them as the old block and chain.
Can you guess what puns we were running with before the show started? Thank you so much, Josh. That's awesome.
Not been sinking here trying to think of a good one.
Not at all, no.
Theo,
you can find me at Dice and a Slice. It's a podcast about D&D. Sorry, everyone.
There's that capable adult.
I am a grown-up.
You are a grown-up. Theo, would you like to?
Why do you always make me follow Josh? How can I follow that?
Because my brain works clockwise or counterclockwise very easily, and then going all over the place, I'm going to forget someone.
To be fair, Theo, the only way is up.
Baby.
Hello, I'm Theo. I am also an illustrator. My pronouns are they, them, and I will be playing Sprocket, the feline tinkerer.
Amazing. Not with us last week, but with us now, and for the rest of the game is the wonderful Nikki.
Boo.
It me. Hi everyone.
Yay.
My name's Nikki. I'm here and I'm playing a robot and also I'm playing Cosmo, short for Cosmopolitan Companion, and he's a bartending bot. You can find me on Wicked Game, or if you follow me on LinkedIn for some really insightful thought leadership pieces. Don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Don't follow me on LinkedIn. It's not for you.
Dear. Wonderful. I don't know. Let's just do a D&D invasion of LinkedIn. That will make the place a lot more interesting.
No.
Dear. Wayne, would you like to go next, please?
Hi, I'm Wayne. I am a brand coach and designer. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing the almost paranoid android Hera, who is apparently assumed the role of Metal Mum for this program.
Metal Mum is an excellent band name.
That was an excellent bad name.
And I would like to, in advance, thank everyone and also apologise for the level of humour and or shame in this episode.
Never apologise for your shame.
I'm apologising for yours.
Dear. And Tom,
Shame?
last but never least.
Who's Shane?
Speaking of shame, hi, I'm Tom. My pronouns are he, they, and I will be playing the not-so-lethal beetle people, Malakoff. You can find me down multiple dark alleys, as well as...
He's not kidding.
At once.
and some other things that I don't think are announced yet, but watch this space, I guess.
I'm
just keep your eye to the sky. Watch for the sign, and you will know.
Yeah, we'll send out smoke signals as soon as we're allowed to. Awesome. I think yes. So I think with that, I will jump into our title sequence, and then I will catch you up with what went on last episode.
Oh, never again. Never will I tell that story again. Oh. Oh.
Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Well, last episode, our wonderful ragtag group of misfits successfully managed to retrieve a mystical item from an abandoned space colony, fighting off strange mechanoid creatures that they had never seen before and didn't seem to resemble any magitech or sentient artificial life that they had encountered. Making their way on their ship, the Sun Spear, back to Perseus station, they decided to rest and relax whilst they waited for a local void storm to pass, allowing them transit to the next part of their destination. A chance to drop off the magical item to the mysterious benefactor, one of the people who's actually willing to hire this crew of wonderful gadabouts. Shenanigans were had, things were purchased, Sprocket traded off a load of adamantine for some very good equipment, and in the meantime, their friend, the friendly bartender bot, Cosmo, was left propped up in a corner waiting for his repair system, or their repair systems, to finish their overnight update. So just before dawn, the team were all woken by Doris's urging, Doris being their ship's AI, explaining that a fleet of Wroth ships was approaching Perseus station. And that is where we begin. So, of all the names you can utter in the verse, few strike such universal terror into all sentience as the Wroth. The Wroth come from the darkest places of the Black, where the barrier between our reality and the void between planes is at its weakest. They strike quickly and leave few alive to tell of their passing. Whole worlds have been consumed by the Wroth, and a continual need to feed and assimilate biological matter into their own, and the various have had the various intergalactic powers forever on the watch for signs that the Rovians will appear. Very little is known about the origins of the Rovian race, their numbers, their purpose, where they truly come from, and whether the Wroth we have seen are it, or there are far more dangerous creatures laying in wait somewhere hidden in the Black. What has been learned from the limited interaction with the Wroth, and those handful of Rovians who have broken free from the hive, is thus: the Wroth consider all life to be fodder for for their continued existence. The Wroth will not stop ever improving on their self-perceived perfection, and presently that the Wroth are inbound to Perseus Station, a place where the crew of the Sunspear are presently spending what was supposed to be a relaxing downtime. But our story today doesn't start with the Wroth, or even at the home away from home, where we left our friends. Our story starts back on the Sunspear ourselves. The ship itself sits idly quiet, apart from the odd hum of magic or electronics moving through her systems. Doris has long since finished the maintenance and refueling checks for the vessel, and is presently the parent-like AI has her full attention focused on a single lone figure left unceremoniously propped up in the corner of what should be the ship's tactics room. Leant up against a lacquered hardwood bar, rapidly tacked into the room, sits a single mechanical figure, a Vect slowly going through the final reboot processes needed after being rendered unconscious. Nikki, please can you describe Cosmo?
Yes. Sorry. In my head, I was like, wouldn't it be really funny if I just completely went off of everything I said? Say he pulls out his cap, puts it on backwards, kicks up, does a kickflip off a skateboard he's manifested, and then does a dab.
I mean, it would be a hard right turn, that's for certain. Yeah.
It would. And then I couldn't get that image out of my head, and it made me laugh. Cosmo is a sort of a 5'8" humanoid android. They're an older Vect. They were made to be like, you know, the Ritz style bartender. The paneling has got like a burgundy sections where it looks like a waistcoat, a little function bow tie, and a moustache. Like it's you know, big, good, like robot posture. But yeah, they're quite, you know, small, slender, just with lots of like panels that like pop open and things. It's none of it's like flush panels of like advanced robotics and stuff like that. But yeah, they're you know, it's an older robot, very classy, very like the golden age of cocktails. So like, you know, old fashions, cosmopolitans, you know, all those good things. So yeah, that's Cosmo. I like to think their eyes are like illuminated, and I like to think when they're powering up, you know, when like you get like drinks machines and stuff like that, and like you turn them on, they do like a on the screens.
I love that.
As if they're being like filled up. Yeah,
I love that. I think that could be perfect. So, Cosmo, you've slowly come to consciousness. And what are the first thoughts that come through your programmed mind?
I think it's I think they stand up very quickly because they contain a number of liquids. So being off balance for too long is dangerous. But yeah, I think they stand up and then just kind of like wait for some kind of reaction, or like, you know, it's when you fall apart in something, and then they get up, survey, and then I think it's a case of start checking. So it's popping panels, pulling out bottles, and like checking, just making sure, like, you know, it's pre-open bar checks, making sure the hoses aren't kinked or anything like that. So it's just like making sure all the barware's there.
Everything seems to be intact, apart from the paintwork on your chest chassis is it needs repairing. Someone needs to give you a new lacquer over the top. You can see damage has been inflicted, and I think it's at this point that you remember the last moments before you fell unconscious.
Attacked with a chainsaw.
Yep. In hindsight, maybe it wasn't the best thing to step forward and try and negotiate with this creature.
But like, this is our ship, and I'm aware of it. So I will just say, Doris?
Hello, Cosmo. Are you back?
Uh, yes, back. I'm just getting ready. Where is everyone?
We're back on Perseus Station. Have you done a full diagnostic? We were very worried about you.
That shouldn't be necessary. I'm just sort of out of the loop. And then yeah, I think Cosmo's going to just start cleaning like the bar down and like get like it's it's a mental thing. Get all you get if he knows where his bar spoon is, he can't be lost.
That's a brilliant. Yep, that sounds like knowing where your towel is.
Yeah.
I think it's at this point you can sort of slowly hear just beyond the ship. There is actually an atmosphere because sound is travelling, and you can hear the heavy bustle of what is definitely a space station. The metallic hum of machines, voices calling out to each other in the street as they do deals and prep ships for launch and things. The others have settled down for a rest. I think they decided to leave you here because it was probably safer than trying to lug you around a port.
Yes, it's not very dignified being carried around. Did they say where they were going?
I last had them pinpointed at the home away from home. They settled down probably 4 cycles ago. 4 human hours, maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna head out, but as I go to the door to leave and I take a look out, I'm just gonna pull a small blaster out and just make sure that's all working and then pop that away because apparently shit's going down. So yeah, I'm gonna head out to go and find them.
Awesome. So I think as you are heading out, you can quietly hear Doris kind of connecting to you remotely. You and Sowilo and Hera are always very much more aware when an AI touches your systems. She is along for the ride, so although she'll stay on the ship, she's going to be over your shoulder if you need her.
Absolutely.
You step out from the ship onto the dock. And this is not the normal dock that you guys... this is not Sunside, this is Shadowside, which is cheaper. And I think it probably sets you think about, well, Hera was paying for everything. It doesn't make sense that she would skimp on something like this.
Yeah.
You get a few looks as from people on the deck who are working on different ships and things as you step away, but no just kind of acknowledgement that you're there more than anything like that. It's not a huge dock. There's only about 4 ships on this one. Yours, the Sunspear, is by far the largest. Most of them are 1 or 2 man vessels for short range reconnaissance or small jumps. Yours is the only transport sized ship.
Right.
Beyond that, you can see the open market where you've shot many times on the outer ring, full of friends and companions that you know quite well from picking up adventures here. From your previous days, the home away from home is a halfling run bar and tavern, an inn, just probably a little further to Sunside, about 20 minutes walk maybe.
Yeah, I'll just head over.
Okay, so you slowly make your way over. I think you can get called out by a couple of people. I think as you get further, you notice that there's... Actually, have you got any data skill?
I do. I actually have expertise in it.
Excellent. Would you like to roll me a data roll?
25.
Oof.
Very nice. So, 25. You feel it first, and I think you probably connect with Doris immediately upon feeling it. Someone seems to be shutting down systems on the station, like some of the remote systems that people use for things like communications, transfer.
But core systems.
Yeah, everything that's not essential is being rerouted or shut down. You also notice, without hacking, that there does seem to be an increase in security chatter.
Okay, can I get into this security chatter?
I think with 25, I don't think it's difficult at all.
I mean, because I've got, I can do message. I just want to see if I can it's when you're like, get ready for a lot of bar references, guys. It's how you have to sort of be aware of everything that's happening even further away from the bar. I think you sort of like tuning their ears to like maybe his moustache or their moustache.
Little antenna. I love that. His moustache twitches.
That's amazing.
It's like catfish.
Yeah.
It's fitting because they are actually called barbels, aren't they?
Oh, are they? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even think of that one. That's great. Well done.
Hey, you thought your fishing expertise wouldn't come in handy.
Just when I took off my dungarees.
I know.
Is Tom going to start wearing one of those hats that's like, women fear me, fish don't understand me?
So, Cosmo, you with a 25, I'm going to let you ride straight into the system. I think that's high enough to kind of bypass like most of the security that you need for that one. Also, Doris is on board and she's patched into most things like this anyway. What is interesting is the chatter is not specifically coming from the station itself. There appears to be the chatter from the station side is panic as someone realizes someone is hacking everything on board. And the security detail, the information that you can pick up is them trying to get back control and being locked out of system after system after system. And then you hear Doris go, I'm going to upload a copy into you for the moment, if that's okay, Cosmo. I feel like I'm going to have difficulty reaching you from the ship and here.
I mean, whatever you need. I'm gonna break off into a gentleman's rush.
Rush, amazing.
Yeah. as I activate my extra 5 foot of movement speed, and I just upright power.
It is about this time that the security chatter that you're keeping tabs on, a very clear word keeps appearing. Wroth. With little investigation, you work out that a fleet of Wroth ships have appeared in the sector and appear to be heading towards Perseus station. What's horrifying is that security have minimal action internally, so they're having to manually warn people. Somebody has deliberately set the station up to be attacked.
I'm double busied.
Does Cosmo have like the James May rule, where like you don't run on camera? Like when you're being perceived.
Cosmo would not run in front of people because it's not dignified.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just not dignified.
All the bottles will clang around in front
Yeah,
of him
it's
as well.
just
Amazing. Yeah, he never takes the dash action. He
never.
never takes the dash action.
The only dash action he takes is when he's adding bitters.
Hey!
Oh man.
I've earned myself a little treat this evening.
I'm loath to encourage you, but I feel like you possibly need some inspiration for that one.
I'll bank it.
Yeah, bank it. Excellent.
Bank.
You are getting close to the home away from home, and I think it's about this time that Doris is able to reach out to Sowilo and Hera and wake them up with warning. The warning that I left you at the end of the last episode. Several ships have appeared. It appears to be the Wroth. So the 4 of you are probably waking up about the time that Cosmo bursts into the bar.
My first question, as soon as I get the message from Hera, is going to be: how far away are they? When will they hit the station?
Doris, yes. Sorry, I was like, Hera, you're Hera.
Oh, Hera. I mean Doris, obviously.
It's hard to pinpoint. We have a bit of a larger situation. Cosmo has the full details. I think he's just arriving downstairs now.
Oh, and there he is.
It's the gentle knock. At
Yes, just simple three calm raps on the door. Cosmo, if that's you, come in.
Cosmo's gonna open the door, and he's gonna have a tray of snifter glasses filled with Bloody Marys. Like the little 1/3 of a pint glasses. It's we need to go quickly.
Well, it's good to see you up and about. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
I can be, yes. What is happening?
Doris has let us know that apparently there appears to be Wroth ships nearby. And
We are going to be assimilated.
There is
They
apparently
will assimilate us.
They may not, but that's kind of what we need to try and avoid. But apparently there's another situation which I've been told Cosmo will fill us in, apparently after these drinks.
That's the situation. We don't have to go home, but we can't stay here. Come on.
Sowilo will extend... Sorry, Tom?
Nothing.
Sowilo will extend like a little palp towards one of the Bloody Marys, and just it'll just be like...
As somebody has hacked the station, the communications are down. We need to move now.
Okay, everyone, let's move back to the ship.
I would like a perception check off of everybody. Sorry, Dom, did you want to say anything?
No, I was just going to say, as I take the Bloody Mary, I look at Cosmo and go, just so you know, I'm not talking to you.
That's a 7 from Sowilo.
7 from Sowilo. Nikki looks very excited.
I got a natural 20. I'm using Ash automatic dice, made us dice for the for our Divisia Census campaign.
Yeah.
And it rolls so well.
Aww.
It rolls so well.
So you mean it's loaded?
Yeah, it's weird. There was a misprint. It's just 20s on every side, but it seems to be going okay.
Yeah, Ash's dice are beautiful.
They are very
keep an eye on, because we share a lot of Ash's stuff as well. So keep an eye on either ours or everybody else around here's Twitter and things, because gorgeous things.
Yeah. Get yourself some new dice. Everyone needs new dice.
Do it.
And perception we were rolling, correct?
We were, yes. So how much is the natural 20? How much is that for, Nikki?
20.
20, just a straight natural 20. 7 from Sowilo. Hera?
18.
Mal?
13.
Oh, awesome. And Sprocket?
6.
6. Awesome. So everybody other than Sowilo and Sprocket, who are probably...
They're behind us, that's all.
You start to hear the recognizable hum and shh of matter transportation. And then shortly thereafter, you start to hear screams.
Oh, no.
And fighting. As you come down the stairs, the inn, you notice that the downstairs has emptied out. There appears to be a dead security officer in one of the doorways, and you can hear something large moving about in the street just beyond.
I'm going to pop my refrigerated chest panel open, and you hear like the jangling of glass bottles, and then I pull my gun out of it. You've got to keep it in the fridge, guys. This is heat.
Oh, God.
You knew what you were signing up for.
I knew. I mean, I'm only disappointed in myself, to be fair.
Cosmo's God. It's all right.
Yes. So from where you are, I think Cosmo and Hera, you can make out like an anti-mag sound of some like a hover ship, like a small hover ship would make, but much smaller, and some like fluid washing around inside something.
Are we sure that's not just Cosmo?
It's not Cosmo and it's not Sowilo. It's coming from.
I was going to ask, is that a language that Sowilo understands?
No, we hear the sloshing of a water sound, and Sowilo just goes, "Pardon me."
I really like the idea that
That wasn't us.
Sowilo spent ages talking to a leak in a ceiling because it sounded familiar.
Is it one of those awkward situations where eventually Sprocket just came up with like a stand and just climbed up and repaired the leak? Standing
That
there
was
again,
my
like-
friend. We were talking about the universe.
Goodbye, my friend.
It's like when you accidentally ask a mannequin for help in a shop. Like, sorry, could you show me?
Never mind.
Oh dear Lord. Anyway,
So,
Anyway,
as you come down the stairs, go on. Sorry, Tom.
No. I was just going to say, I think Mal kind of like looks at. Mal is not the leader, funnily enough. Mal kind of looks at like around the group and kind of like goes, what do we do?
we need to get back to the ship. Let's just see if we can get out without getting killed. Can I move to the front to like where the door is and just try and catch a glimpse through the door outside to see if there is immediate danger in the street right below or in front of us, and whether there is a route to the ship from here.
Awesome. Well, the ship is quite a way away, so about 20 minutes walk. So
Yeah, but if I was going to say we can carry Cosmo and we can run. He can just power walk in the air. No, but I just want to see, like, if I know where the ship is, like, can we get that way, or does it look like that's where fighting is happening, kind of thing?
I mean, it sounds like there's fighting and screaming coming from all over the station now, and it's starting to intensify. What you can see is that the door is open. It's kind of like doing that ka-dunk, ka-dunk, ka-dunk thing on this poor body. But I will let you make a perception check to see if you can see what that thing moving about is.
15 plus 5, 20, unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20. A dirty 20. You sneak your head around the side of the stairwell and look out, and you see what looks like a bright pink tube full of liquid which is bubbling, and in the middle of it is a brain hovering on a mechanical Magitech chair of sorts, just hovering around.
is it just Hera that sees that?
It's just Hera sees it at the moment, unless she points it out to anybody.
Do I know what it is, and what is it doing?
It is a brain in a jar.
Duh.
You can, however.
All right, there's no need to be rude. Jeez.
You can, however, roll a nature or history check to see if you can figure out why a brain in the jar would be associated with a Wroth attack.
18.
18. Wayne, did you buy dice from Automatic Flash
Flash.
as well?
No, these are just my favorite dice for no particular reason.
You heard rumor, and bearing in mind everything around the Wroth is rumor and circumspect. There's very little in terms of factual evidence, but it has been said that when the Wroth appear, when Rothians attack, they often have disembodied brains in jars with them for attack purposes, or that they have collected on the attack.
They throw them at you. Okay, so I know that this is Wroth
It's
companions.
It's Wroth because they said they bring disembodied brains, and this out of body. It's in a jar.
Sorry, yeah, that's probably my terminology more than anything. This brain belonged to Wroth.
Wroth. Good. What is it doing? Is it like literally just floating there? Basically, I'm just trying to see whether we can get past or whether this is like straight into a fight.
So from where you're seeing at the moment, it has got these little tiny needle-like arms, and it's trying to pull that body out from the door and drag it away.
Okay, I will step.
Sorry, Tom. Did I just step on something I didn't realise?
Oh.
You stepped on something I didn't realise, to be fair, until you said it.
I mean, why would anyone find that creepy? These little needle arms from a brain in a jar that's taking a body to eat. Anyway, so I will just sort of pull back into the room and just quietly say to everyone, right, there is a brain in a jar outside, and apparently it wants that body, which, by the way, is dead, so I think we let it have it, because I'm not getting us killed over that.
The general hue of Sowilo kind of goes from the darky blue to now a darky red.
Oh god, he's not turned on, is he?
No, and the nanobots sort of just seem to be vibrating at a slightly different frequency.
Right, I think we're going to have to make a run to get to the ship.
Okay.
Everybody ready?
Is anybody particularly slow?
I'll probably look at my character sheet. No.
I mean, Hera the Monk's probably bare rapid, as the kids say.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I think you spent enough time with Hera to know that she's quite swift on her feet, almost faster than Mal, which says a lot because Mal's quite fast.
Mal fast boy.
Yeah, it's got 4 legs, you know.
10 foot for each leg, buddy. You know.
Actually, I think Hera, being sort of her purpose being to evaluate and make sure that this all works well, will probably turn to Mal and say, do you want the front or the back to make sure everyone's safe?
I can choose. Back.
Great, I'll lead. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
There's an affirmative wobble.
An affirmative wobble. I love that. Okay, so I am going to just take a look out the door to see what's going on. So I've got a lay of the land, and then I am going to just, when I think it's the best time, just going to say, go, and start moving immediately.
So there are 3 entrances to Home Away from Home. This brain in the jar is trying to pull from the one that's probably the most northward.
So there is another way out of this room.
But so there's multiple ways you can try and do this. You can either try and sneak through the bar area and try and get through without being noticed. You can run at it and attack it, or you can run away from it and see if you can get away from it before it notices you.
Okay.
Look, if you need to, if we need to get away fast, I can make a distraction.
We could follow in Mal's chaos.
We know where the ship is. We know how to get there.
Okay. Let's do that. But Mal, you move as soon as we're all out the door. We just need you to distract long enough for us to just get out the door safely on the way to the ship.
Yeah, I can do this. Easy.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Cosmo is going to pull a martini glass out from their right thigh. That's where the glassware is now, and make up a quick shake and drink and pour it over and hand it. Hand over a martini to Matt.
The fastest shot in the West. Cool. I think Mal sort of looks at you and kind of looks you up and down and takes it and goes, "Thanks, I guess." And then his weird little proboscis tongue kind of darts out. I'm still not talking to you though.
It's the spell heroism.
Oh, sugar. Let me just. Can you tell me what that does? Just because.
Every round, you get 2 temporary hit points.
Oh, lovely.
On that, you get 3 temporary hit points.
Incredible. Thank you very much.
I lied. It's 4 temporary hit points.
I'm gonna wait. Hold on.
No, it's 4. It's definitely 4.
Any advance on 4?
Yeah, you get 4 temporary hit points every round.
Wow. But they don't stack.
No, it's. You also can't be frightened, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're immune to fear. You get temporary hit points. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. I feel like there was something else.
No.
No, I think that's it. Still a good spell. Very good spell.
A little bit of Dutch courage for you.
Yeah. As Rooney says, not 2, not 3, but 4 temporary hit points.
Well done on building the tension there, Nikki.
Yeah. That's what it was.
So, Mal, your plan is to leap out and try and distract this jar, whilst the rest of you are just going to peg it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
What, peg the jar?
Peg the jar, yeah.
Ready?
Awesome. Mal, how do you initiate this distraction?
Cool. I sort of give the martini glass back to Cosmo, take the axe sort of off my back, and do like a sort of bull kind of like, and then just charge at it with all of my sort of weight behind it. I'm gonna rage, and then I'm just gonna sort of like rugby tackle it, essentially, this jar, and essentially grapple, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Actually,
yeah.
Go for a full-on sort of like just sort of like grab at the jar with one hand.
Cool. Are you trying to grapple it, or are you actually just trying to do it some damage?
Grapple.
Grapple. Okay, awesome. Make me a strength check with advantage.
Lovely stuff.
I can guarantee you're going to win this one.
That was a 16 plus 7, so 23.
Cool. Well, they rolled -2.
I'll take it.
Wow.
So you guys watch as Mal leaps forward, charges in this rhino form, and just grabs hold of this thing, which immediately kind of like, it's much smaller than you, but you can see this brain is kind of like thrusting around inside the cell, almost like it's got some sort of movement ability of its own inside. It's really weird. You can see the gel inside is sloshing about. Its little pincers kind of thrush out, trying to steady itself and try and push off and try and push you off, but it's nowhere near as strong as you are. Unfortunately,
No.
what you do notice now that the door is fully open and
It's not alone.
is behind it, stands a huge, slightly reptilian humanoid with bright white skin and visible muscle tone underneath. Sharp teeth, long chitinous claws around its hands, standing bipedal with a tail. Almost looks like someone cross between a lizard and a hammerhead shark and a person. And it turns and looks at you with no eyes, but you know its attention is fully on you.
I look up and go, "You're not a brain in a jar."
Here's a question then. Has Mal ever seen a Rothian before?
I don't think Mal has. I think Mal was on his hive planet and then left the hive planet, has been on a succession of ships, but realistically his life is kind of that of the ship. It doesn't his sort of realm is that of which he can see, and the loyalties that he has with the crew, and not about really anything else to do with anything.
He's a horse.
So, how this is going to work, guys? We're going to go into an initiative. You guys are going to get a surprise round because they were definitely not expecting you. No one expects the Sun Spear crew. And
Amongst our weapons are such diverse elements as fear, surprise, a ruthless almost a good version
And
of
a
hope.
giant
I love a night out with
rhino
a naval
beetle.
officer. Yes.
So, I will ask you all to roll initiative. I'm going to move you onto the map, battle map, and what we'll do is we will sort out where you need to position yourselves on there.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing about rolling physical dice. When you're rolling them and it looks like it's going to land on a 19,
Yeah.
it could also land on a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Cool. So we'll start from the bottom upwards. Less than 5.
Yeah, that's the 3 total, 1 plus 2. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh,
Cool. 10 or less?
10.
10. Then 15 or less.
15 for me.
And over 15.
I've got dirty 20.
Got got Nikki go first, sorry.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. And
Filthy.
Mal?
And a 19.
19.
Nice.
That's all right, innit? Ain't bad.
Just going to turn the music down ever so slightly for our friends at home. There we go.
You're welcome, friends at home.
Welcome, friends at home. Okay, so they are rolled a 16, and he rolled an 18.
Who is he?
I will show you now that I've got an opportunity to do so. I shall show you what he looks like.
He doesn't even go here.
Who does he think he is?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
that's,
Something new to
quite
add onto my list of
intimidating.
things I hate.
It is possible that a couple of you may have met some of these that are actually friendly. You do know legends of some of them breaking away from the hive and actually living conductive, if not safe, lives amongst society. And just for the sheer fun of it, I'm also going to show you
Brain in a
a
jar.
brain
Brain
in a jar.
Brain in a jar. Brain in a jar.
I mean, to be fair, Sowilo, you know, I have one grappled. I could set you up if you want.
Actually, Sowilo has an opinion about brains in jars.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
They're
Was he in his research center? Was he in with one of them, and it was just really mean to him all the time?
We get to find out what Sowilo thinks about brains in jars when Sowilo meets a brain in a jar.
Brain in a jar.
I will wait patiently. So, Tom, if you would like to, from your name on your character, if you'd like to just grab Malakos and plonk him here.
Incredible. Yes.
So big.
He's so big. Everybody else, if you would like to plunk yourselves around here.
Oh, hi, Cosmo.
Hi.
Brain in a jar. Brain
Brain
in
in
a
a
jar.
jar. You
That's
are a brain,
more
and you're in a jar.
Oh boy.
I've been watching too much football. I'm so sorry.
Welcome
not,
to
that was
Lads
amazing.
Play D&D.
Amazing. Dear.
Right.
City
Probably
up
the only
tonight, so if you're
football
planning on
channel.
driving in Norwich, the city will be jammed up. So stay out of those cars, folks.
Yeah. If you're planning on driving in Norwich today, don't.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry, just adapting this a little bit. Right. Awesome. So the guys will pop on there. So you can see a Rothian here, a brain in the jar, and I think Mal, from where you can hear that above, from the north on the map, you can also see and hear there is a jar, another jar. So it is Cosmo's go first. We'll say that the exit you need to get through is the southernmost one.
Okay.
Just below this building here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35 foot of movement. This is in a building if I go in here.
Yes.
And in which case, I'm actually just going to jump. I'm going to step over this bar, or is this a balcony?
I'm going to say that's all part of the same room. The way I'm envisaging this is you guys have come up from the stairs just behind there. This is just you step down into the bar area, and here, and there's an inner private bar area here as well. And this is just like a small sleeper chamber.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna head over here for the time being. I'm like poised and ready to do a number of things, but for the meantime, I think I'm just going to wait. You know?
Are you preparing an action, or you just?
No. Oh, I could do. I don't want to do a shoot, do a gun, a cast gun, because I don't want to draw attention to us. You know, the plan is to. Technically, the plan is to run away. So I'm gonna just do that, and I don't want to get involved because I'm concentrating on heroism.
Lovely, awesome. Okay, so you sneak down to there. I can see your friend is engaged in combat there. That will make it Mal, your go.
Cool. I think seeing this enormous Rothian in front of me, I feel like I get the sense that this is not going to be quite as quiet as I thought it was, and that this is the brain in the jar is not the only thing that is scary. So instead of like just grappling it for my friends, I sort of hold it down and just go push with my axe on the bastard brain.
On the bastard brain.
Right on the cerebellum. That will be the first hit will be a 17 to hit. Does that hit?
It does, yes.
And is this technically a construct, or is it undead?
It does classify as a tiny construct.
Incroyable. In that case, I do 1d12 plus a grand total of 9, which is 5 plus 9, which is 14 points of damage on the first hit.
14 points of damage. Hiccup is shouting you on. He's cheering you on. I can hear.
He's going, come on! I appreciate it. The second hit, I kind of like let go entirely and just go two-handed straight down for an 18 to hit.
18 will also hit.
And that will be an 11 plus, what did I say, 9. So that will be 20 points of damage on the second hit.
You eviscerate this jar. Do you want to have a quick description of how you smash this thing to pieces?
Oh, incredible. I think the first hit, I just sort of like hit it right on the sort of dome of the jar. It kind of cracked slightly. It tries to get away, and the second hit is just a swing and like straight through the jar and straight through the brain as well, and it just kind of skitters off into the distance.
Amazing. I think you actually hear a wet slap as the brain lands somewhere off over the Rothian's shoulder.
I think I have one of those.
Cut. And I just kind of shout back.
Thank you, Josh.
And the sheer size of me, I feel like I probably like blocked. I could be completely wrong, but like almost blocked the door off, kind of thing. So I think I just kind of like sit and wait in the door frame, like to protect my friends, and just say, folks, there is something a little bigger here.
Excellent.
And that's my turn.
Brilliant. Cosmo, Mal. They are surprised, which means it goes straight down to Sprocket's go.
Alrighty. Sprocket and Sprocket Jr. are just gonna make their way over behind this table. Is that a table?
Yeah, that's a table.
But bigger. What bigger than you or bigger than a brain?
I will allow Tom to kind of lean to one side so that Sprocket can get a clear look at the horror that is standing in the street.
I think my legs. I just sort of like go on tippy toes.
Sprocket's only like 4 foot, so they could definitely see underneath you.
This big.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna. Can I hold my action for if they come towards us?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just gonna fire my repeater at them if they come into the bar area.
No problem.
I'm worried about this thing. I don't like it.
You should be worried. They have a reputation for a reason.
Yeah.
So awesome, Sprocket. Do you want Sprocket Jr. to do anything?
No, not currently.
Awesome. They take the dodge action as standard. Hera, it is your go.
Okay. So I think as soon as Hera hears Mal yell this, she's going to move sort of behind Mal, but so that she can see what's through there. And I think she is just going to gesture to everyone else, kind of to move behind her, to head down south to the exit. So I'm just going to try and encourage everyone to do that. And I am going to prepare a Radiant Sunbolt Blast for if the Rovian comes towards us in any threatening way. So if we make it to run past before it attacks, great. But if there is an attack, I'm holding a Sunbolt Blast.
Cool. So you're going to blast back at it if it attacks.
Correct.
In any way, shape, or form. Awesome. Lovely. Sowilo.
Willow. Yeah, Sowilo is going to undulate 1, 2, 1, 2 to there. Would I be able to see the Rothium from there?
Yeah, I think we're going to say that Mal can get out of the way so you can see.
That's fine. I've got eyes everywhere, so...
Yeah, you just stretch your head bit up so you can see over Mal.
Sowilo sees the Rothian, and in one voice, they just say,
"You bring great disgrace to high forms."
I'm sorry.
And just like a hand of goo just like flies out of them straight for the Rothium. We're looking for a face slap with chill touch, which is neither chill nor touch. The extended goo slap, go!
Awesome.
Do I have advantage because it's a surprise round?
You do have inspiration.
You've got inspiration, yeah.
I do have inspiration.
I'm gonna say
yeah,
no, because the surprise round means that you get to do shit without.
That's okay.
Without
That's
them
okay. I'm
retaliating,
just being optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn my inspiration because I never use my inspiration dice, and I'm gonna use it now. Yeah, that's a 26 total.
26 will hit indeed.
For 9 necrotic damage.
9 necrotic damage. You it splats onto there, and you just sort of thing. You see sort of that muscular form sort of tense angrily underneath as you do 9 points of damage. Okay. And you can see like bits of it moving in to try and repair what the damage you've done.
Okay.
I like that.
There is still a body in the door, isn't there?
I think Mal's probably standing over it at this point, but yes.
Okay.
He's probably standing on it, let's be honest.
It's in that door.
Sorry.
Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Gonna just use the rest of our movement to get to there. No, there.
Awesome. I think it's about this time you can hear the hum of another machine coming up the corridor to the south.
Cool.
That's it.
There's one more.
That's awesome. Josh, could you roll that back ever so slightly, because I think you're difficult to understand when that's...
Hang on.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
You went full on Borg.
You went full on board.
My settings have unset themselves. Hang on. Let me just readjust myself.
Thought Sowilo got a little intense there for a minute.
There is one more.
That's better.
Fantastic.
Sorry, I actually clicked the wrong one. I chose Sentinel instead of Exo. Like a fool.
You chose angry Hoover rather than just mildly annoyed.
Rather than Henry.
So Sowilo throws himself in the nothingness of space. My new character is Henry.
Amazing. Top of the round, Cosmo. It is your go.
I need to play an artificer with a steel defender that's just Henry the Hoover.
Yeah, I was then literally just thinking, oh man, I missed having a Henry Hoover.
I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Are we just going to be playing the Teletubbies?
I will
No.
space the lot of you.
Nothing
Guys.
This is not that kind of terrifying game, no.
Save it for the Call of Cthulhu game we do at Halloween. Yeah.
Play a really sort of like dark and edgy rogue called Poe, who goes, Poe likes tubby custard. And it's one.
Terrific. So, from where I am, do I have a line of sight on the Rothian from down those stairs if I come here? No, I don't.
No, there's a room in the way, unfortunately.
There's rooms
Whole
all
ass building.
However,
whole arse building.
yeah. No, unfortunately, you will need to come down to about... Whoop, I am clicking on the wrong thing, so that won't help. To about here to see that one.
That's all good. Cosmo is running, but not actually running.
Sauntering with purpose.
A formal jaunt. I genuinely have a spell called Kinetic Jaunt, which makes my movement speed slightly more, which is thanks fucking.
Does it just look like you're doing the river dance?
You know that purposeful...
The top half of his body isn't moving at all, but the legs are going
The
like
legs are going
crazy.
crazy.
It's that purposeful walk that managers do when one of their staff members have basically said there's a Karen downstairs.
Yeah.
Ruggadung! Yeah.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Awesome. Okay. Don't want to hold an action in case?
No.
Okay. Awesome.
I just
Then
noticed that Nicky's got a towel over his shoulder.
Oh, also, Mal, did you take your temporary hit points?
No, but
How many, everyone?
Factor
Not
them in.
2,
Not
not
three.
3, but 4.
Oh, temporary hit points. Oh, Theo, clearly we're sharing a brain cell together.
It's my turn to have the brain cell, Josh.
Okay, you can have it. I wasn't using it anyway.
Mal, my big boy, what would you like to do with your go?
Right, so I think can I look at the doorway? Does it look like it's a does it look like it's a solid object? Would it crumble if I put enough pressure into it?
So if you put
enough pressure into it.
Yes. You despite the fact that Sprocket keeps telling you off for it, you have indeed broken doors like this on multiple occasions.
It's just what I do, guys. It's just what I do. Okay, cool. In that case, I think I'm gonna sort of shout back to the rest of them. I don't like this big boy. I think maybe we try a different door. If you want to like attack or something, I will wait. But I think we need to start going. And I'm gonna hold an action to try and sort of basically like until like when the rest of the party are kind of like headed away from this door, I'm gonna just try and smash the door in as much as possible.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
Now smash.
Oh, smash! That is brilliant. It is the Rothians' go. This thing hisses and chitters in a language that barely resembles words, and you don't hear words, more like understand psychically. It is telling you that you are meat and it wants you. And it holds out a hand, and there's kind of like these light luminescences along the ridge. And Mal, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, just what I'm good at. Honestly, to be fair, I'm glad someone wants me. That is, oh my goodness, that's a tasty 5.
A tasty 5. So you guys watch as Mal stands up straight and his arms fall to the side, and his head just kind of lolls off to the side. You are paralyzed as this thing literally shuts your brain down.
Paralyzed.
Nice.
Great.
Nice. I wish someone would do that to me.
Oh, can you imagine just being able to just off for like 8 hours?
Oh my god, that would be a joy.
So you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on its success, other than the first turn, obviously.
Wow. Okay.
Right, so
great.
I won't tell you how long it lasts for.
Whoa. Awesome.
So that will make it the brains go. One of them.
Pinky and the brain.
I went the exact same place.
Mal, you are not really aware, but I feel like Hera and Sprocket, you see as one of them, another brain in the jar drifts down, and it kind of looks at Mal, and then these two little threads of cabling lash out and try and stab into the large rhino beetle's form.
I hope it's not trying to suck his brain out, because it's gonna go hungry.
First one. Sorry, it's just one attack. It does not. Hang on, it gets advantage because you're paralyzed.
How did you defeat the brains in
12.
jars? Are we stuffed to death?
Doesn't hit.
It pings off of the carapace, that thick carapace around your face. It would show emotion, but it hasn't got the face. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. At this point, Cosmo, you see another jar hover into view. And it kind of looks at you as much as it can. And you feel like a pressure in your artificial mind.
Under pressure.
That's a 23 to hit.
To hit what? Me? I'm a normal man. I'm an innocent man. 15 is my AC. Absolutely.
15 is your AC. I just realised how horrible.
He's just a man.
Right. So.
I'm not a boy.
Okay.
Wait, how many dice?
Some.
Too many dice. Too many dice.
Oh, I thought you guys got a random spot of hail where you were. 16 points
of psychic damage.
Ouch.
That's so much psychic damage, Chris.
From a brain in a jar.
Damage. That's it reads, I suppose.
Honestly.
Um,
Am I resistant to psychic damage?
I don't think you are. I don't think that's your thing.
You're in a jar. You're a brain
I got
in a
it.
jar.
I'll take the damage, and I'm just going to double check. But if I am, I'll deal with it.
Yeah, if you halve it, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I got it.
Don't hurt my friends, please.
Sprocket,
Oh,
it is your go. Mal is stuck in that doorway.
Okay.
I mean, on the upside, it means the Rodian can't get past him through the doorway, but, I mean...
Yeah, that's true.
The old Three Stooges plan. It's
Yep, wedge your rhino beetle in the door.
now so big. They are
How big is
functionally
he?
all Three Stooges.
Okay, Sprocket is going to rush over to Mal and cast Lesser Restoration.
Beautiful.
So you are no longer paralyzed.
How does this look, Sprocket?
Sprocket gets out,
Spanner.
just smacks him.
Wake up!
No, Sprocket gets out of his backpack a little toy ambulance, and it comes towards Mal, and it has like some little defibrillators that come out of the top of it, and just give him like a little zap on his beetle leg.
Oh my god.
I think my heart just grew 3 sizes. That's beautiful. Do you know what? I'm feeling it today. I have a point of inspiration for that absolutely stellar description. I love that.
it's absolutely like it's that whole thing of like it's like the ice cream van sort of thing with kids. Like it's like
Green sleeves.
gets sort of snaps me out of it. It's like a sprocket toy, kind of.
I think there's this confusion and annoyance that you kind of feel in the back of your mind where this Rovian has got hold of you. Is you kind of slip loose like that whole. You're like a child that kind of slips the hand. It's just like, you actually sort of almost hear it say, "No, get back here."
We're turning this car right around. No McDonald's.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Is there room for Sprocket Jr. to pass Mal
Now Mal
and get
is
in front of him?
conscious. Mal can move enough out of the way that Sprocket can go straight through. That's no problem.
Okay. And for my bonus action, we'll have Sprocket Jr. do a force-empowered rend at this brain.
Nice.
Get out of here, brain. 13.
Hits.
Ooh, yay.
Nice.
They are big glass jars.
Good. Good.
Good.
Good.
That's 9 force damage.
9 force damage.
9.
9.
Awesome. Fantastic. That will make it Hera's go.
I just need a BRB real quick.
Okay. So I think Hera will say to Mal, welcome back. Close the door.
Oh, okay. It's yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not going to do it yet because the box is there. That's the toy box.
The toy box is outside. Oh boy.
It's just like Sophie's Choice.
It's true. It's just like that. That's what I was thinking. I am going to step next to Sprocket, and I am going to take a shot, if possible, at the Rodian.
Absolutely possible. Yep.
Oh boy. Come on.
Remember, you get 2 attacks, and if you use your flurry of blows, you can use your radiant burst instead.
Indeed.
Just don't throw your shot away.
14.
14 does not hit.
Okay. That must hit. That's a 21.
Will definitely hit. Yeah.
Okay, so that is with my Radiant Sunbolt. So that will be a 6 and 4, so 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Nice.
And actually, I will use my 1 key point to do a flurry of blows.
Yeah, you will.
So I will do 2 more attacks. 2 more attacks? Yeah.
It is 2 more attacks. Yeah.
2 more attacks.
And
Give them a whack.
that's a 17.
17 will hit.
Ooh, yeah, okay. So that one is... Oh my god, another 6 and 4, so 10 points again.
Nice.
And then my last hit is 17 plus 7, 24 to hit.
Yeah, and some.
And that is a 4 plus 4, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. That is really nice. So you watch as Hera steps around Mal. I guess one of your hands transforms into like a blast.
Yep, the same one that they saw before. My arm kind of just dissembles. I lift my palm up, and there is a Iron Man blast from my palm, which is Radiant Sunbolt.
And 4 concussive radiant blasts hit at this thing. The first one skitters off of the armoring, but the other 3 all strike true, and you can see that there are some definite burn marks on its flesh as it kind of just turns, starts like really focusing on all of you. You have injured it. It looks like it is definitely bloody.
I mean, just, in regards to the order that I've been given by Hera to close the door, just mentioning it to Theo because they were away at the time. Hera ordered us to ordered me to close the door. I think seeing that the toy box is still outside, Mal looks to you first and kind of like is like, I mean, should I? Kind of thing.
They'll catch up. It's
okay,
fine.
cool. In that case, could I use my reaction now to basically sort of drag Hera just shy of the door and just hit the doorway? Would that be okay?
Well, you're just recovering from being paralyzed, so you can't use your reaction yet. But on your turn, you certainly can. Although Hera is technically behind you at the moment, so you'll be fine.
Nice. Awesome.
Sowilo, it is your go.
It is Sowilo's go. Time for Sowilo time.
One of these brain jars has appeared at the southern entrance.
Yes.
Taking a shot at your friend.
And hurt my friend. So Sowilo will like ripple downwards, and a gooey tendril is going to just like appear out of the deck, and it's gonna wrap around the thing, hopefully casting Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
Nice.
Sowillo's gooey grip.
Sowillo's gooey grip. I love it.
I'm gonna actually rename that right now.
That's actually horrible.
Sowillo's gooey.
It sounds like a line from the radio friendly of WAP.
Certified freak. 7 days a week. Sowillo's gooey grip. Brain in the jar, weak.
I
need it to do a strength save, please. DC 16.
Oh, famously very good at those. It rolls a grand total of 2.
That's a fail.
It is a fail.
It takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage and is restrained.
Nice. Yeah.
Give me
Take that brain
Give me
in
that
a jar.
slimy damage.
I will give you that slimy damage. That is
That
7.
definitely sounds like a lyric from WAP.
7 slimy damage.
7 slime damage.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, it's restrained. It has to use its action to make a strength check against a spell save DC. On a success, it escapes. But that's that.
Awesome.
It's there.
You can see cracks appearing on the shell of this thing as some of the fluid starts to kind of seep out a little bit. It is trying to move around, but it cannot Get out.
Sowilo will say, I hear crack is not good for you. Swilla's been trying out one-liners.
Yep.
Like,
How's
in front of
that working
Cosmo
out for them?
especially. Well, in front of Cosmo especially, because Cosmo's like effortlessly cool to Sowilo.
Oh.
And Sowilla's like, I want to say damning things. That's the action. Bonus action is going to be nothing, and I just need to check the spell. Because, you always got to make sure that your spells work.
I think it's concentration heroism does fall on Mal.
I'm not casting heroism. That's not me.
Nikki did.
Sorry, I apologise.
That's Cosmopolitan. I don't need to stay within range. Yeah, because it's done. The hand is summoned. The hand is there. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna go to there. Just gonna the hand comes up and then the rest of the Sowilo just.
Nice.
When you drop one of those aliens downstairs.
Yeah, exactly the same. As you guys, as we get to the top of the round, in Hera, Sowilo, and Cosmo's mind, and on the datapad of Sprocket, Mal, it depends whether your datapad is working or not today. No. You all hear Doris' voice go, right, well, I've hacked the local security system. I can help. You can order Doris to do one of 3 things. She can analyze the situation, giving anyone who is attacking one of you disadvantage. She can analyze the enemy, giving the next person who attacks that enemy advantage, or she can open fire with some local radiant weaponry that is installed for this situation.
I love Doris. MVP.
Good old Doris.
Guns.
Guns?
I vote
Yeah,
guns.
I would vote guns too.
I second.
Okay.
Guns, guys.
You
Sometimes the
guys,
answer.
Guns, guns, guns.
you guys
In
watch
fiction.
as several little turrets drop down from the ceiling and little tiny guns appear. Choose your target, please.
Big boy.
The Wrath, yeah.
She makes 2 attacks. One of them goes wide as the system is kind of still a bit beep, beep, beep. The second one definitely hits. Doing nice one, Doris.
God, we're being shown up by an MVP.
11 points of radiant damage. It's still standing. It's not happy.
Same.
Which one of them is it?
It is. She shot at the Rothian. You asked her to shoot the big boy.
No, is it like Dark, Sneezy? You said it wasn't happy.
Disadvantage on your next roll.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I think after Doris fires and hits with that damage, you just hear Hera quietly say to Doris, all right, Doris, there's no need to show off.
Cosmo!
Seeing all of this, and sometimes when the best way to get everyone's attention and to get things back on track is to do a little bit of, bar flaring. Cosmo's going to go, Mal, and when Mal turns around, Cosmo's going to pull his bow tie, and a glacé cherry is going to go flying out, and then he's going to shoot. His fingertips going to pull out, and then he's going to fire soda water at the glacé cherry right into Mal's mouth.
Mal, can I have a constitution saving? No, I'm joking.
Mel's like, you called?
It's a glacé cherry. Who says no? That's bardic inspiration. It's a D8.
Nice.
And I encourage you to use it often and regularly because fun things will happen. That's not that kind of dramatic. And then I'm going to turn around, or Cosmo is going to turn around to the brain in the jar that's nearby. The one that's been gooey gripped. And they're gonna pop open their refrigerated chest, the rattle of the glass, pull their blaster out, hold it forwards, and just say, "We'll have no more of this. Get out," and then shoot. So
Get out of my pub.
get out of my pub. So how do I get advantage because they've been?
You do.
Great.
They're restrained.
Love that.
Would you like an extra shot for an extra £1?
Yeah, we're doing 10 for 20 quid. I was only going to get one, but sure. It's a 26 to hit.
26 will definitely hit.
I love that for me. It is grand total of 10 gun damage.
10 radiant damage from your gun.
Nice.
Nice.
He's got a shooter. Oh, do it, Phil.
The top of the kind of this little blast of energy, and the top of the casing kind of cracks open, and you can actually see it sloshing out the side, and you can just kind of get that slight smell of formaldehyde, like this sort of chemically smell, and you can see just a little bit exposed, but it is still alive. It's trying to thrash around, but it's not succeeding. Mal.
Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, I think the attack is going to go directly onto the door just to get this thing away from us. I think Mal is not enjoying being anywhere near this thing. So the first attack, I'm no longer raging, and I think I'll hold off for now.
Mm-hmm.
But the first attack is a 21 on door.
Yep, no worries.
Door jamb.
Door jamb.
Which is 16 points of damage.
16. I think that is probably enough to start bringing it down, and kind of certainly, I think if at this point it's probably giving anyone behind it half cover, and anything that wants to come into it is going to have to crawl through.
Cool. I think to be honest, I'll leave it at that, given the size of this thing. And as I'm like running away, I think I'll take one of the fuck it, I'll ad lib my own character. One of the sort of like the shards of kind of on the edges of the carapace. One of the shards I'm going to snap off, and I'm just going to launch it, which at the Hoovian, which will be a javelin strike.
Nice.
Hoovian. I like Hoovian. That's good.
Hoovian, yeah.
Depends on what Doctor Who fans call themselves.
Yeah, I was going to pick on the. You don't want to go for the Hoovians; they will destroy you, especially this weekend.
They're the people from the Grinch, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
The Hoovians of Whoville.
Yeah.
You're going to punch Cindy Lou.
Which is a 23 to hit with a javelin.
A 23 will hit with a javelin. I like that. Cool.
He's only that is 6 points of damage against it.
6 points of damage. Nice. It is.
As I start to run towards the back door, and I'll do movement because that's the thing that I can do.
Yeah. You are allowed to move.
Quite well.
15. Where is 15? 20. You know what? I will 20, 25. Wait. I'm going to come out this way. I'm going to come out with my goo guy, and that's my turn. And I can go. Are you okay? Is there anything else here? And that's my turn.
Fantastic. It is the Rovian's turn. He sees Mal pull down this door and kind of sees him scutter away, and it's like this sort of hiss from it. It turns and sees Sowilo come in play, and it senses the myriad of minds that Sowilo represents. And it pulls out what looks like a crystalline rod and points it at Sowilo.
At least buy me a drink first.
Yeah, what's that about pegging the wisdom?
That's a 19 and a 21 to hit.
Well, my AC is 12.
Okay. Bear with me whilst I do maths.
We're gonna die. Oh.
No,
That
so
is
let's go down.
23 radiant damage.
Oh, youch.
Here we go, sweet. Here we go.
23 radiant damage.
Yeah,
Was that 2 separate attacks?
it was 2 separate attacks. So you can. I've still got the numbers in front of me.
So long as one of them isn't 20 and the other one's 3, I'll just do 2 DC 10 con saves.
Yeah, no worries.
In fact, even if that was the case, it would have to be. Oh, well,
Never
maths is
mind.
hard. Anyway, I'm just going to do quick con saves.
So it was. Sorry, it was. No goo.
No, the hand,
No-
the tentacle, the tentacle just
Oh no, we're in trouble, and slips back.
literally that.
I love that. It went from, "Are you okay, Sowilo? Do we need to get out of here?" And as you turn, you just get, "Oh no!"
Just goo across the floor.
They've been
What I
Boromir.
didn't want to happen.
if I may, I feel like Sowilo's head turns to talk to Mal, and then there's just these two light blasts in these holes, and he kind of looks down as the rest of him returns to kind of patch up the.
And Mal just says, "Well, answer the question."
Don't you ignore me now, too.
It is the jar's turn. I would like I'm going to have a saving throw from people in a second. I'm just going to check who it affects.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, everybody
Oh no.
except Cosmo. Please, can I have a wisdom
I'll be on the
saving
bar.
throw, please?
Oh boy. Yeah, good thing you're behind the bar, Cosmo.
That's exactly the one I wanted.
A wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Yes, please.
Down to 19.
Ugh.
Oh, nice.
Cool. That's 16 minus 2 for 14.
Fantastic.
That would be a 10.
Okay.
Imagine being less wisdomous than actual goo.
Yep. So, anyone who
My foot's stuck in a bit of Sowilo. I wasn't watching.
Anyone who got less than 13, you take 12 points of psychic damage. Anyone who got more than 13, you take 6 psychic damage. As this
Ow.
thing shrieks in your mind with like this sort of essence of pain and torture. And you kind of get this impression that this thing is unwilling and it is being prodded constantly by the Rovians.
Oof.
Ugh.
Yep.
Tom, are you factoring in your
Yeah, I took 2 instead. Thank you.
Nice.
every round that goes back up?
Oh,
Not 4, not 3, but 2.
dear.
Oh boy.
That will be the end of their go. The other one is kind of a little discombobulated by the fact that it was restrained and now it's not. Which will make it Sprocket's go.
Okay. Sprocket reaches into their backpack again and gets out a little toy plane and a little like remote control thing, and it's gonna go out of the door towards the Rodian. And
Sprocket's got grown.
and it's kind of like a crop dusting deal. It's gonna fly over, but like basically just oil and grease comes out of the back.
Nice.
And I will cast grease on the big boy.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Do I need to make a dexterity saving
Yeah.
throw?
Deploy the grease planes, quick!
It's a 10.
That is a fail. So they are prone.
They be slipping.
Oh, I love the
Slipping and
idea.
sliding.
I love the idea that there's this huge, like, all menacing, destroying thing that's going to eat us, and basically it just does a comedy, like, and lands on its ass.
So just
Whoa!
to check, Theo, does it actually fall over at this point, or I think it goes prone, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm hilariously amused by that.
Is that in a line or is it in like a glob?
It's a 10-foot square.
Glob.
So,
okay, cool.
if it wants to move out of that area,
Nice.
it has to.
It's
It's difficult terrain, so that the 10-foot around it is difficult terrain.
Can I ask what the 10-foot where the 10-foot, that's the 10-foot glob? Cool.
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. And then Sprocket will move down this way, and Sprocket Jr. will punch this thing.
I think
Punch the jar.
We forgot to mention when Sprocket Jr. Does their power end, what happens is the lid of the toy box opens up and a little boxing glove on a spring comes out and thumps. Hey, this is a serious drama, folks.
It's a natural 20.
Nice. So he takes maximum damage from his normal roll, and then you roll whatever dice he would roll on top of that.
Rend that Wroth.
Okay, so that is a 16 plus 3. That's 19 damage.
Holy crap!
I think it's fair to
Roll
say
right.
that you obliterate this jar. Do you want to describe how that looks as...
Well, like you say, the Sprocket Jr.'s mouth opens wide, and this big... no.
Not like that, Nikki.
You're always going to take it there.
I just opened my mouth.
It's the way you opened it.
And the big boxing glove on the spring comes out and just like completely smashes through this glass, sending brain and brain goo everywhere.
And I think the Rovian at this point is kind of almost on like balance, and there's this brain hitting him in the face that sends him over.
Yes, I love hardcore fights.
That is amazing.
Okay, that's my turn.
Oh, did you want to move? Oh, you have moved. Sorry.
I've moved, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think for my, I think the first thing I'll do, if it's all right, is I will just say to Doris, you better keep the engines warmed up. We need to get out of here. And then, yeah, I think I will follow my friends. Yeah, I will follow my friends if I can get 5, 22. Yeah, actually, I will move all the way through past everyone and basically try and position myself as a barrier to get them to head down, and I will face what's left of the Rovian.
Awesome. That is, you don't want to make an attack because you can still do that at range.
Do I want to? Yeah, actually, I will just do an attack. Screw it.
Is it advantage because he's prone?
It's disadvantage because he's prone.
Because it's a ranged attack.
Unfortunately.
Dang.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll take my 2 attacks. 19. Oh, I've got to do disadvantage, right?
So sorry.
That's all right. 19 and 18.
18 will hit.
Okay, so that's 1. And then, oh, wow. 25 and 15.
15 just misses, I'm afraid.
Okay, so that's 1 hit. That's all, yeah?
Yep.
And that would be a 4 plus 4, so 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. He is not looking well.
You know what? I'm going to burn another key point and do another hit.
Go
Screw
for it.
Screw it.
Love this song.
Also with disadvantage, I assume.
Yes, unfortunately, disadvantage unless you want to walk
All
and smack
right.
him.
I don't really want to get that close to him, but so that would be 15 again on the first one. Oh, and a 24 on the second.
With disadvantage, that's amazing.
Hang on, no. 18 with disadvantage.
18 with disadvantage, that will hit.
Okay. And that is 9 points of damage on the second hit.
Hera, describe your kill.
Yeah, I think it is literally as simple as Hera just walks out and kind of braces herself almost like a sort of gunslinger, like between them and this bad guy, and then literally just very efficiently puts out her arm and blasts 4 bolts in very quick succession directly into it. And then just kind of waits for the smoke to clear a little. And then we'll just put her arm down and just over her shoulder we'll just say, let's move, quick.
So, Sowilo, it is your go. The jar is still up if you want to do something about it.
The one to the south?
Both of them are still up.
Oh, both are still up. I thought that one got turned into a smith.
You are right. I forgot to remove that one. So the one to the south, you are right. Thank you for that. The one to the south is still alive and not well.
Yeah. So the first thing Sowilo's going to do is so they set out like lots of little tendrils to start like scooping bits of their goo back into themselves.
Is it like that machine that's leaking oil in the art gallery to kind of keep itself alive?
Yeah, it is that exact thing. So that is my bonus action of nanite repair. I'm going to suspend a hit die to recover hit points equal to the hit die rolled, plus my con mod. Bonus action. Woo! Roll that die! Don't be a dick! I heal myself for 4.
No!
Well, the problem is with being a sorcerer, you've only got a d6, and I've only got 2 con. So the most I can heal myself is an 8. But we know that's not going to happen because, cyber dice.
I did say you can use your physical dice.
It's fine. I've made my choice.
I wouldn't do it.
You've made your choices and you'll die with it. I mean,
now I need to let sleeping dogs lie with it.
Yep.
That's annoying. There's a building in the way. Okay. Sowilo will then just like undulate down, but it's like there's a weird limp to it. It's like.
Oh god.
I feel like there's a stubborn bit that's probably on the verge. It keeps dropping off, and Sowilo like a bit keeps coming and dragging it back in. Just how Sowilo limps.
Yep. Sowilo then turns, looks down the corridor, sees this other brain in a jar, and just like there's just like it's not a sigh as much as it is like the gel just kind of relaxes, and another hand just like flies out. What am I doing? I'm rolling to hit.
You are rolling to hit.
Yeah, that's a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
You slap him with that goose stick.
And then
Hit me.
What'd you get?
no, sorry, Wayne said slap him with a goose stick. That's 11 necrotic damage.
Describe your kill.
Cool. I think it's just like this. As this thing is recovering from being slimed by the tendril, it sort of like looks at Cosmo, and then there's just this hand, like it's looking at Cosmo, and this hand just and it just like, hits the ground.
There's just a trail of slime on its face.
I love the idea of like starting to move menacingly, like in this cinematic moment. Cosmo's like, oh. And the hand like the goo sort of like moves its way back.
With that, Doris confirms.
Really hurt.
Oh, buddy. Does not recommend. With that, Doris confirms that the immediate area is free of Rovian effects. You will need to move speedily through the station to get to where you need to be. So, when we come back from our break, we will deal with how you get back to your ship. We will be back in 10 minutes. We're going to go grab a drink, stretch our limbs, tell our digital dice off.
Stretch our tendrils.
Iron out the goo.
Yeah, so we will be back at 5 to 5, I think. We'll see you very shortly.
Adios. doctor said he'd never seen anything. Oh.
Just the worst.
Just the worst. Just the worst. And it was the burning hair smell that we were all worried about. To be fair, Josh.
Yeah, just because they say don't use it on sensitive areas.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that extended to Westminster.
So, before our break, our wonderful troupe of found friends and family.
A wonderful troop of lost for words here. What do I say?
Found themselves face to face with the hideous Wroth, and alien creatures that incorporate other people's biology into their own to add to their perfection. They managed to stave off a small attack group that seemed to have located them, and now they find themselves creeping through the space station Perseus. I think we're just going to quieten down the music a little bit more creepy rather than sneak. The air is still full of the sounds of fighting and screams and things like that. You sneak out of the bar area and start making your way back to the ship. I will have a stealth check off of everybody, please.
Boy.
It's a group stealth, so
Oh yes.
doing well will help everybody else.
19.
19, lovely. Sowilo,
8.
8. Malakos,
Rolled a 12, so 17.
Bardic Inspiration?
Might as well use the Bardic Inspiration whilst we're here.
You can roll 2 dice and pick the higher number.
oh, nice.
That's good. 'Cause the first
That's
one was a
cool.
12, the second was a 5. So that is a 20.
You're up to 8, yeah?
Nope. First was an 8. Second was an 8. Ash's face.
I'm going to choose a 4. That's amazing.
So that is, what is that, 25.
Nice. Hera,
A natural 20 for a 24.
nice. And Sprocket,
16.
16. And Cosmo,
19.
19. Sorry.
I went first.
Aha. So see, this is why I do things clockwise or counterclockwise, because otherwise I bounce all over the place and we
Not
never
true.
end.
He's just checking. He's trying to trick us.
Question: does Sprocket Junior have to roll a stealth
yeah.
roll?
Technically, I suppose he does, but he does roll with your proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay, cool. That is a 19. Did better than me.
Sprocket Jr. tiptoes quietly past us all.
I think does Sprocket has a little bit of the machinery from that floating brain in its mouth still.
That's better than a bit of the brain from that floating machine.
Yeah.
You know when a dog has something that it shouldn't have, and it's
Drop it.
and it's like
That's why it's being super stealthy right now.
Yeah.
So you make your way through the old markets. You said there's several areas that are on fire. There are a number of bodies, and you actually, I think, Malakos and Hera grab Sowilo.
I like to think that part of the reason why Sowilo did so badly is because they're having to like reconstitute themselves as they're going along, and just every now and again it's just
Oh no.
So Willow, you dropped this.
I think there's literally a moment as well where like you're about to walk into a group of Rovians who are roaming around, and Hera and Mal grab you, and your top half just keeps going.
I think if there's any blobs that sort of like come off, Mal is kind of picking them up and just like lifting one of his wings and just sort of like pocketing it just underneath the wing just to keep it safe and stuff.
I'm not sure whether that's touching or just plain unhygienic, but sure.
You guys see the Rovians in actions. There's some bigger Rovians than the one you fought, ordering some smaller ones and some ones that look like twisted versions somewhere halfway between them and dogs that are scrounging around, sniffing out. You watch as they grab some of the bodies and they throw them in these larger vats that resemble the brains in the jar that you fought earlier. And within seconds, you watch these figures covered in this pink goo. And then the Rovian will reach in and just pull out the brain and put it into one of the storage jars. Everything else stored away for later. It is horrifying.
Right.
Terrifying to watch. I think you've heard stories about what Wroth attacks are like, but none of you have ever seen them up close. With the rolls you've got, you do manage to sneak most of the way to your ship without any incident.
Most of the way?
Halfway through, Doris comes up in. She knows that you're being stealthy, so she will literally just talk to Cosmo, Hera, and Sowilo. She doesn't want to leave the others out, but she also doesn't want to make a noise at this point.
Stupid meat people.
And she reaches out and goes, right, well, I've got some information. I've also reconnected with the ship, so my ship Doris is getting us ready to go, and as soon as we're closer, I'll re-amalgamate with her and get the ship ready to take off immediately upon you getting on board. But I have a number of bits of data, so I'm going to download it to the three of you. It's security logs, I think, that may indicate who's responsible for what happened.
Hearing Doris's soporific tones, and then hearing that there's basically two Dorises, the barely consistent mass of Sowilo.
Oh, Doris, you did not tell me you had a sister. You are both wonderful. Welcome to join the hive. Don't look at me.
I don't want you to see me like this.
It's just one of those moments, I think, where everybody else has to shush Sowilo ever so slightly.
How do you cover the mouth of something that just makes the noise?
I will try and view this footage.
So, all three of you being able to multi-process on multiple things can make a data roll at the same time that you are moving.
Okay.
Sowilo, you're drunk.
What do I add for a data roll again, Chris?
Intelligence.
Intelligence, yeah. Sowilo will do a data roll as well.
19.
Awesome.
Oh, 19.
Oh, fuck me. 19 plus 8 for 27.
Oh, it's good. You love to see it.
I have 4 proficiencies. They are in Arcana, History, Religion, and Data.
So Willow is your brain boy.
I built a nerd.
What if a nerd was goo?
Yeah, it's fair. So I think Hera and Cosmo, as your kind of data log, what you see is a lot of things that indicate that the hack began about 30 minutes after the freighter from Towstar Industries landed. And you're kind of like, well, there's a lot of coincidence here, so it might not be there. It might have been specifically timed for them. So Willow, the virus that attacked the system deliberately came from Towstar. It was designed to activate once it picked up on certain Magitech signals. One of which is currently emanating from your ship.
Oh, no.
Shit, bollocks, tits. Yeah, so Willow will sort of relay that info, and then they'll use minor illusion to conjure up the schematics, a diagram of the virus and how it infiltrated the things, whilst being tracked by Mal and Hera.
With everyone saying things like, "That's very interesting, Sowilo. Come on, yes, that looks great. Yes." Can I? Hera will just try and get in back to Doris and just say, Doris, has the storm cleared?
I'm afraid not. We've still got a couple of days on that one.
Great. So, what is the likelihood of surviving the jump if we jump before the storm is over?
Right. Well, now, I'm not a numbers gal myself. I don't believe in percentages and things like that, even though I'm data. So, I'm going to tell it to you as straight as I can. You probably have a better chance jumping through that storm than you do staying on that base with those Rovian.
Right. Well, I guess that makes our decision. Also, I'm not terribly keen on everyone ending up as a brain in a jar. Okay, we're on our way back.
I cannot be a brain in the jar, but what if I become the fluids that your brains float in?
Again, I'm going to go with no, if that's all right.
But then we could all be part of the same hive.
But we already are.
You are my favorite. And there's just like a gooey tendril like on Mal's face. It's just like
God. Oh dear.
I'm so sorry.
Are you though?
No. It's a good thing that that's not how Mal feels.
Yeah.
You manage to keep moving, keep low, and you are within about 100 yards of the ship. You can see the devastation on the platform. Somebody has tried to launch one of the vessels, and it has basically, in a last-ditch effort, it looks like they tried to climb in, set off the ship without the clamps being released. And they've torn part of the decking off and damaged the entranceway. You can still get out, but it is going to take some maneuvering.
it's fine. Sowilo will lurch towards it.
Yeah.
Wait, how big is the opening?
It's big enough to take your transport vessel, but it's apparently about 2/3 of its normal size. As one of the docking doors is kind of off center.
Is it touchable? Would it be possible to touch it?
How far can you reach with your extension?
I mean, I think it's literally like
far enough to be
5
uncomfortable
feet or
for
something.
everyone.
It's probably about, I'd say, probably about 100 feet. You probably could get over there, but it would take you a little while to go. Because, I mean, this is a space, part of a spaceport, basically.
Sure. Okay, DM interpretation. I have a feature that means that I can heal constructs and ships and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
By the use of the mending spell. Obviously, that would be a big good thing to do. I'll read the specifics for it. So I'm just trying to find it. It's become more adept at repair work when you cast mending, targeting a vehicle with mega hit points, which I'm assuming this has. You can choose to expend sorcery points to restore the vehicle as a whole.
Nice. So mega hit points for those who play D&D and haven't actually read Dark Matter yet. Basically, there are 100 hit points to one mega hit point, and that's what we use to define things like ships, like powerful ancient space creatures, planets, and space stations and the like as well. I would say if you can get over there. And you can keep yourself clear for a good few minutes, you could repair it enough that the ship could take off without any problems.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I've just punched my printer.
That's all right.
Okay, yeah. So
not part of the hive.
No.
Just watch where you put those tendrils, Josh.
I like to think that even in this futuristic space, people still don't trust printers. Sowilo will say to the others,
I can fix the hole if you can get me to the hole.
I feel like with the amount of damage Sowilo's taken, maybe he's a little drunk at the moment.
There's a lot of like Sowilians that aren't like functioning properly.
Sowilians.
How many are there? There's Sowilians.
I mean, I can go with you and act as protection if need be. If everybody else wants to get to the ship, or we all go, or
We can technically fly out of that, right?
You can fly out of it without. It would take a little bit of a piloting check. It's not impossible. It's just a very tight squeeze.
Who's our pilot?
Any of you?
Most likely, probably Sprocket.
What does piloting take?
Dex.
Is it
Dexterity, and if you have the piloting skill as well,
that'd be
you
me
can add
then.
your proficiency.
No, not Sowilo then.
I don't have the piloting skill, but I have good dex.
So what we say with the with this piloting skill, well, everyone who's not from a low world or has spent any time around technology has a skill with basic flight, space flight. It's kind of like learning to drive in America. Everybody gets taught it. But those people with the proficiency are people who have done specialist courses or are just really very good at it.
Plus. Yeah.
They did pod racing when they were a kid.
Absolutely fine. Yeah, that well-known Terran game, pod racing, is infamously famous all around the universe as a training tool. I love that. So any of you can pilot. The fastest, the more dexterous of you would probably be the best person to pilot at this point.
Let's be. Do you mind if we're horribly meta for a second?
Yeah, go for it.
Because we would have established this already as a pre-existing crew. I have a +2 dexterity. Who has more dexterity than that?
I've got a better piloting check because my piloting is +5.
My dex.
Congratulations, Cosmo.
You are the pilot. I feel like Sprocket thinks that they're the pilot until things go sideways, and then Cosmo has to take over.
I feel like we put Sprocket in the driver's seat when things go sideways.
No. You pronounced it wrong. We put Sprocket in the driver's seat, and then things went sideways.
I'm happy for Hera to take it. I just wanted to know if we had someone who would spec into piloting, because what I don't want to do is, if you're
them of that moment. Yeah.
I think Cosmo would be your chosen pilot because Hera, remember, is not a permanent part of the crew.
Your designated driver cannot be your bartender. That's what
I said.
Of course they can, because everyone knows bartenders don't drink on the job. So.
Obviously, yeah, and they keep everyone else sober, right? No, hang on, wait.
It's a perfect situation. You get all of us shit-faced, so that you're the only one who can drive.
That's a real Nikki character power play. That
I'm happy unless Cosmo's down to the door thing.
Yeah,
we'll fix the door.
Cool.
Okay, so did you say they have to get there somehow?
Yeah, it's about 100 feet across. I think it's about 40 feet away from the edge of the platform.
I have an idea.
I like ideas.
The Cosmo's little finger is gonna, the tip of it's gonna bend up, and it's just in a little shot glass. Just fill it and give it to Sowilo.
No. God, you must lose so many glasses that way.
The glassware finds its way out.
Yeah.
And not clean.
Very clean. Disinfected.
Sowilo, your walking speed is increased by 10 feet. You don't provide opportunity attacks, and you can move through the space of other creatures, and it doesn't count as difficult terrain. You're rapid now.
Amazing.
And then I'm going to pop out a glacier sherry just into the mass of just. That's a bardic inspiration.
Yeah. The little stem just gets jettisoned out.
First it gets tied in a knot, then it gets jettisoned.
Yes, it does, and it gets tied into a Gordian knot as well.
So what it's not actually do, they are just tongues.
Oh, that's worse.
Somehow
really is wrong.
Thank you for that.
So that was that kinetic jaunt.
Yes.
Cool. The goo, the massive goo, just starts like. Are you
gonna flubber it?
Starts just sort of moving over, but but instead of the way that the Sowilo has moved previously, which is like vaguely humanoid, because of their damaged state and now this kinetic jaunt, it is like flubber, sort of moving in almost like what are they bloody called? Slinky. You know, it's like zoop, 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 zoop.
Love it.
It's like huddling their way across.
Oh boy.
So what I would like you to do is make an athletics check to jump from the edge to the panel that you need to repair. But I will give you advantage because you're currently moving at a kinetic speed you would not normally be working at.
Great.
Don't forget Bardic.
Athletics at advantage, and I have Bardic Inspiration as well. Cosmo, take the wheel! Fuck yes. Plus, so that's 16 plus a D8 for Bardic Inspiration.
D8, and you can roll 2 and pick the higher.
Cool.
Or the
I love the
lower
fact
if
your
you want.
Bardic Inspiration has got built-in inspiration.
Yeah. It's, dealer's choice and all that.
Yeah. Like that.
16 plus 5 for
21.
21.
I think Malakos, you were intending to go with Sowilo, and I think even you're caught by surprise at how fast Sowilo suddenly goes, and it just bounces off the edge and splats against the frame where he needs to. And I think you've all seen him repair things before, and just starts pulling things into place and glowing in
Starts
different
flopping
places.
down like those toys.
Yep.
I will spend a single sorcery point to restore 10 mega hit points to this door specifically. Oh no, 1d10.
1d10.
Hang on. Yeah, it's 1d10, not just 10.
Still,
I'm not a paladin, not a space paladin.
10 mega hit points is insane.
That's up to 1,000.
I do restore 8, however. 8 mega hit points.
800
hit points at speed as Sowilo, the nanites in Sowilo's form push and prod and break down different areas and push them into the right place. It is not pretty, but it will do.
That's not very. Oh, sorry.
It will do. It allows the door to kind of slide slowly with this horrible grating sound. You now can take off, but you have an additional problem. You need to do it quickly because you can hear the shrieks and cackles of the Rothians who heard the door move.
Okay, everybody on board.
Are there blast doors?
That's basically what Sowilo was fixing.
But like to come into the hangar, or is it just a dock area like open?
It's just a dock area. It's a Earth human built station. It has quite good for human standards, but
For humans.
but it's not up there with some of the places that you guys have been in the verse. Like the fact that it has a door that can stay open with an energy field is pretty good, for them.
Very, very cool. Yeah, in that case, I'm gonna sort of like extend my hand to Cosmo, because I know that you're one of the people who has 30 foot movement.
35.
Oh, 35. In fact, in that case, forget you. I'm just gonna start running.
Yeah. What I will have is a dexterity, either an athletics or an acrobatics check from all of you to see how fast you are and whether or not any of the Brothians catch up with you.
Athletics, you said, yes?
Or acrobatics, your choice.
Or acrobatics, okay.
I'm going
Sprocket would like to climb on to Sprocket Jr.
Yeah, go for it.
To go a bit faster.
Mal, what did you get?
21.
21, nice. Sowilo, you look happy.
A dirty 20.
Awesome. I think you're still jaunted as well, so I think you just spring back onto the ship.
Shloop, shloop, shloop.
Sprocket?
17.
17. Cosmo.
22.
And Hera.
10.
10. The ship doors are already opened. You can hear the beginnings of pre-flight checks all finishing as you get to the bottom of the ramp. As the last of you steps into, I think it's probably Sowilo just kind of slipping down the outer edge and slinking in as the door is still closing, you can just make out about 10, 15 various shapes and sizes of these mechanoids, these strange hammerhead sharked creatures kind of bounding around. There's shrieks, there's blasts, there's shots fired, but you can hear that Doris has kind of shifted the deflector shield behind you, so it's just bouncing off uselessly. One of them gets really close, and it's kind of gnashing at Sowilo as the last bit of the deck kind of crushes its head, and you hear the ship lift and move outside. Do any of you want to go straight to the deck, or is there anywhere you want to go in the ship other than to...
Well, I'm going straight to the deck, right?
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah, so Willow's going to go to like the rear view window, basically. I'm assuming there's going to be like one of those things, or if there's like a gunner port or something.
Absolutely. Well, where you
like
are in the airlock, there's a panel, and you can see.
Oh, great! Yeah. So Willow's there, and can I hold an action for something?
You can, yes. What do you
basically
holding for?
Basically the second that the ship starts to move in the direct direction of the door to get out, so Willow's going to cast Conjure Nebula.
Oh, I love it! What does that do? Tell me.
Conjure Nebula. It's a mega spell. You create a 1,000-foot radius sphere of gas and dust centered on a point within range. The area of the sphere is heavily obscured.
Holy crap, that's awesome.
The range is 5,000 feet.
What the fuck?
So it's going to be like on the far edge of the room, maybe, so that we can still see.
Yep. Okay. So I think as you kind of pull away, that's perfect. You kind of let loose the spell, and I think as Cosmo, as you get to the pilot's chair, you see like a warning light, incoming nebula, and then it kind of relates and goes, "Don't worry, it's just Sowilo." And anyone who's looking out through any of the ports, out of the portals on the sides of the ship, you see this big, massive gas cloud appear. What does it look like?
So Willow's sort of looking out and sees like there's a little like pile of goop left behind, and the goop understands, and these nanobots just like fan out and start just like atom by atom tearing apart parts of this and just whipping it up into like this huge cloud of dust. So Willow's just there, at the bridge, just like. But they're undulating, so it's hard to tell. A single nanite drips down.
That's an amazing spell. 1,000-foot radius.
It's fog cloud, but bigger.
Wow, that's cool.
It doesn't work so well. It's kind of one of those things. Is like if you cast it in atmosphere, it really screws up you and your party as well. So
yeah, you have to make sure that you're not going to be in that space.
Yeah.
Yes,
which is why I wanted to wait until the ship was like definitely heading towards the doors. Otherwise, I make everything heavily obscured everywhere.
Oops.
Oh no!
Do we make it out?
You do make it out as this cloud kind of launches over the whole of the edge of the station. You just see the sun spear out of the edge of this cloud and away. So what happens is at this point you're kind of broken away. You have cover and you are getting away. Doris asks Cosmo for a heading.
Doris, I thought I was the only
one. I don't know. Where are we going?
The fuck away from here.
I have coordinates from the benefactor.
Cool. Cosmo's going to say, Hera has the coordinates, and I'm going to cast autopilot.
Yeah, cool.
And then I'm going to pull out.
Is that an actual spell?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm going to put out like a little old-timey radio, and just start playing some bar music. Some like Space Alan Jackson comes on, and I'm just going to start like
I feel like this is partly because you're concerned about the crew, and partly because this is how Cosmo de-stresses.
Yeah, makes drinks.
I was expecting.
There's just going to be like drinks all up on like over the bar, and it's just like just grab them. Like it's just yeah.
I'm going to say to Doris, Doris, would you mind making sure everyone can hear me for a second?
Well, certainly, that's no problem.
And once I'm sure everyone can hear me everywhere in the ship, I'm going to say, we have to head to the coordinates that the benefactor gave us. To do that, we have to jump. As you may remember, there is still a storm, an ion storm, so this is going to be bumpy. So wherever you are, I suggest that you get comfortable and make sure you're strapped in, because we're going to be jumping in 30 seconds.
Sowilo makes a dash for a seat. The seatbelt comes on, and then they just start to ooze around the seat.
Fold over it.
Yeah, they put the seatbelt on, and then the seatbelt just like goes flat against the chair.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is very serious.
I'm going to give.
I think Mal rushes like straight to his room and starts like feverishly like putting away all of his models into like foam casing to make sure they don't get damaged, and probably is doing that until liftoff, so doesn't actually get strapped in. But yeah.
What's Sprocket doing?
Do we have guns on the ship?
Yes, you do.
I think Sprocket headed to man the guns just in case anything follows us.
So you're probably on the deck at the moment. And Cosmo, this warning comes through. Do you stop serving?
I mean, I'm assuming he's just making drinks at because the autopilot only lasts an hour, so it's just so we can get out of and do the jump and then be somewhere. But yeah, I'm at the pilot's console.
Lovely, that is awesome. You guys watch. You feel the energy, magical energy, through the ship start to replace the electric energy. As the proportion of how the ship works changes as it gets ready to use the dark matter drive. The lights change from their normal sort of slightly friendly warmth to a darker tone, and kind of just to kind of draw less light. So you've got enough to see by, but that's about it. All of the monitors go into dark mode immediately. As is standard for this sort of thing, and you feel the dark matter engine start to pull reality. You'll feel longer outside, even though you don't physically change. It feels like you're being pulled.
Dear gods, what does this do to Sowilo?
You will get to experience what it's like to be Sowilo.
Yeah.
You've seen those videos of astronauts playing with water and zero grav. It's just
arms are sweaty, knees weak, Sowilo spaghetti.
And you all wait for it, and there's that moment, and it kind of sometimes it feels like an infinite, and sometimes it happens too quickly. It's a snap as the ship moves between the material plane of existence and skims across the surface of the void. Cosmo, can you roll me a piloting check, please?
19.
19.
I think that's the third time I've rolled 19 today.
That's awesome. I'm all for it.
19.
19. Indeed.
No.
The ship dips into, and from outside all you can see is like flashes of these iridescent lights, like realities, moments, and then something strange happens. You feel a presence on the ship. Something that wasn't there before, but doesn't feel unfamiliar. And you all have a vision. I'm going to start with Cosmo. Cosmo, I'd like you to tell me what home is for Cosmo. What home means to Cosmo.
It's a 1.5 foot of polished wood in between him and everything else. A bar, Theo, a bar. I'm talking about a bar. I'm talking about being behind a bar.
Not 1.5 foot of hardwood.
No, you're right. Chris, home to Cosmo is waxing his massive wooden penis.
Dear.
The only magnum that Cosmo serves is his magnum dong.
Yeah, it's almost anywhere but behind a bar.
Yeah,
that's when he's like at home in himself.
I think with this family that you found and everything, I think you do not see much change. You're aware that you're not awake at this moment, but you are in your self-made bar, the one that you and Mal cobbled together with Sprocket's help. That Sowilo comes and joins you, even though they don't really need to drink as much as you give them. It's moments and meetings and conversations with this funny little crew you found yourself. The first time since you had to leave your casino that you have felt safe and part of something better and bigger than yourself. There is another presence here in your dream. It looks around what it sees, and the impression that it gives you, envy. This is not its home. It misses its home, but this is not it. But it is pleased for you that you have this. And then it's gone. Mal. Same question. What is home to Mal?
I think it's a tough one for Mal because it's quite a fractious ideal that he has. Home originally was his original hive, was his people, was his hive world, geometric designed mounds of dirt and caves created by his people to live in harmony together, but that was taken away from him for whatever reasons. The ships that have come before are all could have been places that he found a home, but for whatever reason was left behind by one crew on a mission, was the only sort of person who survived another mission, was this, that, and the other. And then this place is the one place that he's kind of felt truly part of the one, has truly felt kind of he's had time to find stability there, and has had time to find kind of the people that actually feel like they care. So it's kind of, it's this if we're talking about like word pictures, it's this jagged kind of mismatch of different places that all feel slightly desolate and slightly jaded, and then this one bright jewel of a shitty old ship.
I think that there's kind of the way that Mal puts things together and the way that Scathari think. I think that there is this whole sense, and this dream is it's not uncomfortable or unfamiliar, but it's like the heart of this ship repeated over, like things like almost like it is part of a hive, like the same things. And there are multiple Sowilos and Cosmos and Heras and Sprockets and Sprocket Juniors, and they all serve the same function. They are all the same person, like taking that role in the hive, but they work together as part of a larger hive, because that's how Mal understands how hives work. Individuality in the way that the rest of them experience it is still slightly alien to him. And I feel like this is kind of how Mal wishes they were, but also knows that he can't change them at the same time. And there is that second presence behind, and it kind of looks at what you've created in your mind, and it understands. It knows that you're not right with how this is created, and it explains it a little bit to you, but it doesn't judge you for wanting this. It does say that it wishes it had its home, and then it's gone. Sprocket, our little cat, what is home?
So Sprocket's home is, their original home is a backwater planet in the middle of nowhere that hadn't discovered interstellar travel. And Sprocket never really felt like they fit in there. Like, they were always kind of treated as weird, and a bit of an eccentric, and they have always loved making things, and yeah, they always just wanted to make things to like help the people around them, or to make people happy, but yeah, it was never really appreciated on their home planet. They were just kind of ostracized as a bit of an oddball. So when they found themselves in space, among all these like new and interesting people and new and interesting technology and magic, and they were able to like find a place for themselves where, particularly on the ship with this crew, and they found a place where they feel like needed, and like the things that they create are appreciated, and that they're helping people.
I think, unlike everyone, like those come before, you see a version of the ship. You see probably your workroom, but bigger, grander. The ship is full of your technology and your ideas. Everything's running to this efficiency that you're kind of really happy with, but there's this wonderful sense of wonder and chaos, and it is what this ship would be if Sprocket was allowed to just get on with being Sprocket. It's not that the others ever restrict your creativity, it's just that they rationale what you can actually do. But if there were no limits, if, taking the engine apart mid-jump wouldn't actually cause the ship to explode, this is what it would be like. And there's this sense of wonder and things like that, and everything is just like you press a button and a toy drops out and it does something weird and wonderful. Doris has like a wooden cybernetic form, like kind of looks a little bit like a human version of Sprocket's mother, I suppose. Things like that all around the ship, and then you feel that presence that started all this. It acknowledges that this is freedom and creativity unleashed without restriction, and it thinks it's beautiful, and they understand why you call this place home, and they wish that they could find their own home. Sowilo. What is home for Sowilo?
Home for Sowilo is a function. It's a button that you press to take yourself back to where you know how to navigate from there again. And like that seems like a joke. But for Sowilo, who has no concept of being, like they are home. Their home is Sowilo. So for them, home has to have a different meaning. So it's where you can orient yourself.
And at the moment, home is their hive, their friends, the people that they know how to orient themselves through the world. It's just a big circular button with a house on it.
I love that. I think that's perfect.
That's so cool.
I think just out of Sowilo's perception in this dream, this concept, this button that always guides you back to where Sowilo needs to be, where they need to be to feel like they are part of a larger universe. There is another button that is not home. It is a button that was used time and time again to store data, to figure things out, to try and make Sowilo into something for someone else. And this presence sees that button, and there's a rage to it. And it pulls the console with these two buttons apart, and it just seems to consume that second button. Home is your journey. It understands that, and no one should ever make you feel like you belong to them, ever. And you get the sense that this is something that happened to this idea as well. Hera, rather than ask you, Hera has a flashback. Two girls sitting on a grassy field, beautiful red, purple skies, small silver ships dancing from a open-air spaceport, and a long conversation about what it means to face the future. One of you would take one path, and the other would follow for a while, and then choose something different. But only through those differences could you have become who you are. Has Hera ever had regret for her choices?
I think there's a lot of conflict about that. I think Hera is made choices based on what she thought was right, and then discovered with pain and anguish that actually she was being led astray, or at least what she thought was right was actually just what somebody else was telling her. And so she doesn't as much regret it as there is almost an anger at being lied to, at feeling like she gave her loyalty to a cause that didn't return it. So she feels almost angry and embarrassed that actually that's what she did. But there's also a bit of a almost like static between who she is now and what's in the past. So for her, thinking back or considering home, and that flashback almost feels like it's seen through static. But there is that one figure of the other girl that she keeps kind of pulling into vision because it's her one tether.
And the figure smiles at you, and this other presence behind you reaches out, and it knows what you've gone through, and it knows how you built a new future for yourself from the home you lost. It lost its home too. It's trying to find its way back. It wants you to help. And you all come too. The ship is quiet, and the ship is stopped moving, and you can all hear Doris repeating your names in your communicators and repeatedly trying to get you to wake up. You all snap to around about the same time.
But Hera's first thing will be to say to Doris, Doris, is everyone on the ship all right?
Your vital signs are all right, but all of you have been out for the last hour.
Well, weird things happen when you jump, and through a storm isn't exactly ideal. But is everyone all right?
I don't think it was the storm, though. There was a massive surge of magical energy through the ship. I think it orientated itself from your quarters.
Is it the tooth? The tooth? The whole tooth and nothing but the tooth?
I was waiting for that.
Sowilo, so help me God. I will. I'm just going to sort of reassure the crew and just kind of say, if it is from that, then it is obviously something that has great magical power within it, but it certainly wasn't expected to behave like that. I will go to my cabin just to check that it's actually physically okay.
You enter your cabin. The tooth is not where you left it, but it is in the cabin. It is presently laying on, because you had secured it away, it is now laying on the desk, the simple desk that all these rooms come with. It has got a slight glow to it, almost like it is cooling down after like a massive amount of magical activity.
I will very carefully reach out and sort of pick it up, and I will just place it somewhere that feels a bit safer than on the desk. So even if it's just in an alcove or something, that there is somewhere that it's a little protected rather than on the desk where it could be knocked out and fall or whatever.
Is anyone with Hera while she does this, by the way? How are you all reacting?
I don't think she would let anyone come into the cabin with her, to be honest.
No.
I think I would have probably come along to check, but yeah, I wouldn't have gone in. It would have been just in case it sprouted arms and legs and was trying to attack her. And see if I want to do.
I mean, we just fought brains in a jar, so it's open season, really.
Yeah. Hera, you okay?
Yep, I am fine.
Wait, hold on. There wasn't a beep. I need to beep.
What?
Sprocket. When Sprocket. When I knock on Sprocket's door, I have to wait for the beep. So. Beep.
Okay. What happens now? I'm a little.
I think that's when you have to speak. Beep.
Okay, great. I'm fine. I'm just securing the tooth. It appears to have come loose from where I put it, so I'm just making sure it's okay. But nothing weird, really. I will. You know what? And I'm just going to walk over and open the door. Just be like, it's fine. I'm just putting it away somewhere safe, but it seems to have come out. So. Yeah, but nothing else. Everything seems to be all right in here, so we will just.
Wait, it came from like.
Yeah, where I'd locked it away. So. I think we need to get this to the benefactor as quickly as possible.
Okay. Call if you need anything.
It's fine. I'll come with you. It's fine. I'll just put the tooth down and then walk out the room with Mal and lock the cabin.
Okay, just act cool whilst we're going through the corridor, okay? And thinking back to what Bran said to us about the Thwirl hiding as objects around the ship. Like if there's ever any like loose objects in the corridor, like whilst we go past, I just sort of like I kick it. Really hard. Kind of thing.
I actually I think Bran explained that they make themselves invisible, but I feel like that's how Mal understood it.
how wonderfully apt that's how I remembered it. Yeah.
The thing is, Sowilo absolutely makes this particular paranoia a little bit worse, because like one of Sowilo's things is that they can transform into any like 8-foot cube thing.
Oh my goodness.
So like,
Now,
like
shit just
a
like
chair
moving.
I feel like poor Mal is just being tortured on a daily basis in this ship.
Yeah.
Like, as an aside, Cosmo, I think you already know where the Thwirl is staying in your bar.
It is now the posh squirrel. It's in its smoking jacket and it gets a martini every day, nibbling on olives.
I also have this feeling that the Thwirl, sorry to add to the whole probably is visible to everybody who's a regular member of the crew apart from Mal.
You must have this much intelligence to see the Thwirl.
Franklin the Thwirl. I love that.
Franklin's such a good name for a little thing with a smoking jacket.
I know, that's amazing. Chris, I will. If there is a way for me to log a report of some sort or to transmit information to the benefactor, I will do so. Just mentioning what had happened, basically just saying the crew seemed to experience some kind of magical effect, and it seems to have been from the artifact.
So the built-in communication array that you have on your person sends a signal off to your counterpart that you know is currently with the benefactor, and you're fairly certain that they will be able to pass that information on.
Cool. And then I will just ask Doris and say, how far are we from the coordinates, Doris?
We arrived some time ago. Just been waiting for you all to wake up, really.
Okay. Right, well, we have reached the coordinates that the benefactor sent us. So this is where the next part of your journey will take place from here.
I think you need to gather everyone together at this point.
Oh, cool. Yes, I thought we were all together.
Explain what the next part of the mission is.
So I will gather everyone, ask everyone to meet me on the bridge, I guess. And once everyone is there, I'll just say, well, we have reached the coordinates that the benefactor gave us for the first half of the journey. This is where the second half of your journey will take place. From here, you probably will need other help, and the benefactor will provide that help for you. And then I will just say, good luck and thank you for being such a good crew. I will be leaving you at these coordinates. And Hera will take a step back away from all of you. And the...
Sowilo?
Can Hera please roll a strength saving throw, please?
Sure.
Could you roll at a disadvantage, please?
Sure, that's a 9.
So, like as Hera's saying this, like Sowilo just this tendril just like hugs her. It's not going to crush her. It's not going to do the bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay.
But you are restrained.
Okay. Sowilo, it's probably best you let me go. Put me down. I mean that's. I'm assuming this is affection and not violence.
You are trying to leave.
No, I will be back though. I mean, we work together often, so I'm not really going very far.
You always leave.
This is the first time I've traveled with you.
You will always leave.
I won't. I will be back. Okay.
It's a promise?
It's a promise. And I will probably be giving you your next mission for the benefactor. So you'll definitely. I'll see you soon.
I found a new term on the information highway today.
Okay.
It is separation anxiety.
You might want to delete that from your memory.
There I was thinking you were going to go, it is hentai.
I'm very glad you didn't.
Okay, so you need to just let go now.
You will come back.
I will come back. You'll be fine. I promise.
And then the tentacle. I don't want to call it a tentacle anymore.
No,
Thanks,
please
Tom.
don't call it a tentacle.
The
Goo.
What do they call
the
it?
goo.
Yeah.
The goo retracts into the floor, but there's just like a little tiny. The camera pans away, and there's like a little tiny trace of goo on the shoulder. Oh
No!
what could it be? What could it mean? Setting up the cinematic universe?
That was supposed to be the post-credit scene, Josh. God.
Oh, shit.
Is Sowilo the big bad in
Yes.
series 2?
That's what's going to happen.
Thank God Tom Hardy isn't voicing him anymore. Them anymore. Like,
Wow.
Oh my god. So having extracted themselves from Sowilo, Hera's just going to look around at everyone and just go, I will be in touch with your next job, but I don't think you need my help from here. You need someone else. Good luck with the next part of your journey. And I will step back, and as soon as Hera steps back, you see where her eyes are basically kind of change color, almost looks like she's shutting down. And the gem that was in the center of her forehead starts glowing red. Almost like there's something moving in it, and it starts like swirling in it, and it glows red, and it starts getting brighter and brighter. And there is a huge warm light that starts generating from it. And you hear, coming from Hera, a countdown. And the countdown literally just goes 5, 4.
oh, wait, shit.
3.
I hide.
Oh, is she going to explode?
2.
What's
I
happening?
don't know.
1. And
Sowilo throws themselves over Hera.
There is a brilliant white, very hot light. It doesn't do any damage, but it is enough to force anybody back away from Hera as she bursts into this bright light. The form in the middle seems to stay stable. You can just about make this female form out, and then it shifts. Her size changes a little bit, the build. And as it falls away, someone else is standing where Hera was before. And that is where we're going to leave it tonight.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Amazing.
A huge thank you to my wonderful cast and all of you in chat. It's been it's been some real hilarious bits and pieces throwing back. It's been very distracting in the best possible way.
It's brilliant. Thank you everyone for being here with us today.
We've had a really good fun time. So, as I said at the beginning of the stream last week, Wayne unfortunately has to step away. He is off to America for a couple of weeks. So
Yeehaw!
He will not be with us. But we have a Charlie-saurus coming back. Who is going to reveal their character possibly very soon.
I hope you made a mum, Charlie, because we'll be useless without it.
Because we need one.
Oh boy.
Maybe a mum, maybe a cool auntie. Who knows?
Oh no, a wine aunt? Because that's what we need.
Yeah.
More alcohol.
You need a wine aunt, definitely.
This has been amazing fun. I am really loving this story. I'm loving these characters. I'm going to let everybody, one by one, say...
All at once. No, we'll do it all at once.
Do it all at once, yeah. that feels fitting for the stream, to be fair. One by one, let you know where you can find them on the internet, what they have got coming up, and anything else they feel like they need to share. So we're going to go the other way around, and we're going to start with Tom.
Oh, I'm Tom. still. You can find me more often than not over at Wicked Game RPG, along with Nikki, where we also run live action role playing. No, we don't. We run a live stream D&D game. We are currently on a brief break from our current campaign, which is Divisia Census, which is a school-based campaign. It's a lot of fun. Give us a follow over there, and we will be back with that very soon. In the meantime, Nikki and I are playing For the King, a very good video.
Not
Jay,
2, not 3, but For the King.
Yeah, and that is on a Wednesday from 7 p.m. BST. BST? Is it BST?
It's BST at the moment, yeah. Big sexy time. Yes, I like that, Nick.
Onwards every Wednesday. As for me, I'm at Tom Guttridge everywhere. Check out me.
That's probably the most street you've ever sounded, Tom.
Yeah, check out me.
Check out me.
Wayne, thank you so much for creating Hera and leading this Chaos crew through their first 2 weeks of adventure. Please tell everybody where they can find you and what you're up to.
Yes, thanks everybody. It's been so much fun, and I'm kind of really jealous that I'm leaving and not going to play the rest of it with you. But I will try and watch from my trip. My name is Wayne Fick. You can find me pretty much on all the socials as Wayne Fick01. For a couple of weeks I will be in America doing some photo shoots with clients and cool stuff, which is great. And then I will be back with some other heroes. But please carry on checking out this stream for the next few weeks because it's going to be even crazier. Just thank you again to everybody for joining us.
Amazing. Nikki, you are
Yo! Like Tom said, my name's Tom. Wicked Game RPG, go over there somewhere. Do you know what? I'm going to plug something I haven't plugged in a long time. I make tabletop games, little mini TTRPG stuff.
What the hell, Nikki?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem relevant to our interests.
Did you just say titty RPGs?
I did. There's one called Sex in the Suburb, which is about being a Desperate Housewife style. It's a Desperate Housewife style game. It's a lot of fun, if I do say so myself. Find me on Itch or on Twitter, just Nicky Ellison, NIKY ELLISON. There you go. Make the 100 Goblins, where you are 100 Goblins, literally, and Scramble Wizards, where you play as raccoons that have drank too many magic potions, and it's wild magic raccoons, the adventure.
I've played so many raccoons, I tell you.
Automatic Flash, who made the dice that I was rolling incredibly well with, is in the chat, and they played the Sex in the Suburbs game, and they killed their husband. So good. They started. They were planning
good, wholesome family fun. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like living in the suburbs, folks.
Exactly that. Yeah, check them out and let me know if you do, because I love hearing about that shit.
No, I've got a couple of Nikki's games which I am waiting to play with various people under the right circumstances. I'm very excited.
They're all made to be like if you have a regular gaming group and then somebody can't make it 1 week. They're single session, really quick and easy. The super rules light, so they just really you can jump in, so you don't miss your regularly scheduled games.
Yay! Awesome.
They sound great.
Well, what we'll do is, Nikki, if you just send me I'll get in touch with you. What we'll do is we'll share them on our social as well, so people can check them out.
Appreciate it. Some of them are free
for free as well. That's amazing. Theo.
Hello, that's me. I'm Theo. And you can find me on the internet at theoblueillustration.com, and links to all my social media is on there. You can also, if you wish, find me in real life at the end of the month at MCM Comic Con in London at the Excel Centre. I will be there, and I will have a table of stuff that I made that you can buy with your money if you want.
Very exciting.
If not, just come say hi anyway, because that's also cool.
We do recommend going and saying hi to Theos in the wild. They're quite friendly. Just approach with caution.
Yeah, you got to approach me from the front so I can see you.
Never approach from
otherwise,
behind.
Yeah, I get spooked easily.
Theo just kicks out.
They get easily spooked. They kick, they lash out, and then they hide, and then you have to lure them out, and it takes time, and you need rainbows and cake and stuff.
Coffee.
I made that mistake once.
Yeah.
Once.
I know.
You only make it once.
Joshy, would you like to...
Hello, it's me. It's Joshy Bloody Longlegs. You can find me on Twitter at Joshy Longlegs, Instagram joshy.long.legs, because someone with no followers and they're following, they're not posted anything, has claimed it on Instagram.
Oh my god, I have that too.
I also do the Twitch thing. Same thing, Joshy Longlegs. I'm really into my baking at the moment, and my baking streams seem to be a lot of fun.
I thought you were joking. You have a baking stream?
Yeah, I do baking streams sort of it's kind of every week at the moment, but that's because I'm unemployed. Speaking of which, I do a D&D 5e podcast, Dice and a Slice. We are coming to the end of the podcast versions of the Wicked Slice collaboration, our collaboration with Wicked Game RPG, what Tom and Nikki are from.
It's so good.
Keep your peepers peeled for that. I've started re-listening to Dice and a Slice, and this sounds like such a thing that people say. I'm listening to it, and it's really quite good. I'm listening back to it, and I'm like, oh, God, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, I forgot that. Which is great for me as a DM. I am also I'm unemployed, so I've been writing some one-page RPGs as well. And they are called Goblin and Your Bard, but they have unnecessarily complicated spellings, which I'll put in the chat. Goblin is basically, you're a goblin in the middle of a bar fight, and you've got to get as much food as your hands can carry. And Your Bard is a game based on the Wretched and Alone thing, where you're a bard in a tavern, and your set list is not going very well. It's a set list building game. Anything else? Yes. 2 more things. Some point in the near future, I think it's weekend next, Roll for Good are doing their charity stream. I am...
2 weekends.
29th.
Weekend after next.
28th, 29th. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Apologies.
Yeah. Yep. They're doing their charity stream, raising money for a very good cause that I should know, but I don't. I'm producing the stream of some guy for that. But I'm also...
What's his name?
Also got a 20-minute little segment from me playing a game wherein I was shipwrecked and alone, and it's really good. It's a fully produced audio drama thing that I've done all of my own back, so tune in on one of the days to listen to that, because I don't know when that's going to be. And finally, find me on LinkedIn, because I am unemployed.
Give this man a job.
Please, just so they'll stop talking about LinkedIn.
Pretty much, yeah. And there's all that stuff just there. Thanks.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
I'm less gooey in real life.
He is much less gooey. He gets much better hugs than the Sowilo.
I mean, I don't know. That was quite a good Sowilo hug.
The charity that Josh was referring to was World Central Kitchen, who
That's the one, World Central Kitchen.
Brilliant charity who basically bring food and other supplies to people in need within conflict areas, not limited to, but including the current situation in Ukraine. They're a really good organization. The work they do is amazing, and I will be fortunate enough to, on the 29th, be opening the second day of Roll for Good's charity stream with a game of Dark Matter. Might be associated with this, might be some nods to what's happened in this game. Who can say? Tune in and find out.
Must be some eggs of Easter.
Eggs of Easter, yes. But yeah, as Josh said, we'll both be there doing that. He will be behind the scenes, and I will have a wonderful cast of people, and I will be linking them all again this week on my socials, which is at Chris Mepham RPG on Twitter, and at Chris Mepham Art on Instagram, if you want to see what I'm up to and what I'm doing. I am also planning on starting streaming again. It's going to be inconsistent, but I am going to go back to playing Tunic. See if I can crack through that beautiful, beautiful game.
Yeah.
And my last announcement is, keep an eye on my socials this week. I am opening up my commissions again.
Woo!
I am back. I had a nice week off, got this all set up, and then had a nice week off, and I feel like it's time to do some drawing for people. We will be back next week with the exception of Wayne, unfortunately, but with the return of Charlie, fortunately, for part 3 of this wonderful adventure.
God, this is like a roller coaster.
I know, right?
I want to be sick.
See what mischief this lot can get up to. We have been Some Other Heroes. We love you very much. We appreciate all the time you spend with us. You have been wonderful. Please take care of each other. We know it's really rough out there at the moment. Just lift each other up. Much love.
Closing time.
Does every stream end with Cosmo turning off the lights?
Yeah, I think it should. Cosmo, would you like to turn off the lights?